It is NBA free agency day, baby. Let's go. The NBA finals are all over. The draft is all over with. Now we get to see who goes where, who's staying put. It's your boy Big Kev holding it down for the gang. You guys are right here live on NBA Central and Chicago Bulls Central. We appreciate you guys for rocking with your boy Big Kev. We gonna get to all the action. You will see some of the guys pop in too right after the intro.
Welcome to the number one place for your daily basketball news and analysis, NBA Central.
What's the word, NBA basketball fans? Welcome to another episode of NBA Central. It's your boy Big Kev holding it down for the game. Y'all already know what to do. Lock in, comment, keep your boy company. Let us know how y'all feeling about all the crazy things that's been happening since the NBA Finals, like Kevin Durant going to Houston for Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, and a whole bunch of second round picks. LeBron James obviously picking up his player option. He gonna be making 50-something M's this year. You had some other things take place, like Julius Randle. We just heard about Jonathan Kuminga getting up out of there. Where are Miles Turner going to be going? Are the Chicago Bulls going to re-sign Josh Giddey to 30+ M's a year? And we got the salary cap. It's set $154 million for the 225 for the 2025-2026 season. And man, it's a lot of stuff going on. What's up with you guys? What up, Goon? I see you. What's the word? Wheelchair Jaw, King Laterero. What's happening, Sid? What's the word, y'all? Appreciate you, man. Good to see everybody in the building. This is going to be an exciting period for just all of basketball. And obviously, as Bulls fans, we want to see what they're going to be doing as well. Now, we know LeBron James still has a lot in his tank, honestly. As a LA Laker, he could be playing his last season next year, though, regardless of how well he's been playing. Can't play forever. Averaged about 25, 8-8 last season. And if he's going to stay with the Lakers beyond this season or playing basketball beyond this season, it's going to have to be in championship quality circumstances. He already has Luka Doncic, but everybody know that they need a big man out there. Is it going to be Nikola Vucevic from the Chicago Bulls? Is it going to be DeAndre Ayton, who's a brand new, fresh free agent, as the Portland Trailblazers told him he had to get up out of there? He had to get up out of there. AK better not mess this up is a crazy thing to say because we know he's going to mess it up. That's just the reality there. That's just what AK does. He messes things up. Earlier today, we heard a whole bunch of rumors. Jordan Clarkson he's negotiated a buyout with the Jazz. He's 33 years old now. He got old real quick, but he still averaged 17, 3-3 last year. And he did shoot about 40% from the field and about 37% from three. So it looks like he'll be trying to go to a contender and play out his final years in the league trying to win the championship. Nicholas Batum, still a very serviceable 3-and-D guy, 36 years old. He's opted out of his 1 year to for the Clippers, but they already re-signed him to a 2-year deal worth of after the buyout. So I'm not mad at that situation. He's a really good Clipper. Colin Gillespie's going to stay with the Sun. Jazz waving a couple of no names. Zaire Williams is going to return to the Nets on a 2-year deal, according to reports. Man, it's a lot going on already. I heard that D'Angelo Russell is going to be going to the Dallas Mavericks, and Jabari Smith Jr. staying with the Rockets on a 5-year, $122 million rookie extension. Now, that one is huge simply because he's going to be able to be under the tutelage of not just his head coach, Ime Udoka, but he's going to stay there and be able to play with Kevin Durant. That's going to be fun for him. T. Miles said he'll take, let's see real quick. He said, let THT walk. Oh, Lord, I don't know about that. What's the word, everybody? I thought THT was a solid pickup. They got to get rid of Javon Carter if they're getting rid of anybody. Trey Flower Power and Vooch sloth out of there. Yes, sir. I'll take Ayton over Vooch. I believe you, Joe. I ain't mad at that. It'll be not necessarily an upgrade, but it'll be different. You'll see somebody that can actually play in the post at least. I don't know. Does Ayton play in the post better than Vooch? Because Vooch do got that little post game when he get mad, but we'll see. I'm already knowing maybe it's not our time now, bro. Is it ever? is it ever? Clarkson cool with. AK makes the moves, the owners that keep the happy owners. I agree with you. I agree you too. The front office can't do anything right. I really hope AK do something. I'm not sure. And then of course my man is talking about taking care of business with his favorite pastime. I hope we don't trade Coby for real. We could talk about that for a second. Let us know how y'all feeling about Coby. Yeah, Hayes will be here. Whole lot of bull. He has some family business to take care of, but he will be joining us as soon as he can. But as far as Coby White is concerned, Chicago Bulls fans love Coby White. I'm one of those fans who love Coby White, but I will be honest. When I heard about the trade offer that the Chicago Bulls allegedly turned down with the Orlando Magic that involved draft picks last week, I felt like, hey, they could have traded to Coby White. I love Coby White, but it would have been nice to see the Chicago Bulls get a couple of players in here to hold us over while they're gearing toward the future, right? Because lately we haven't really been able to see the Chicago Bulls draft high in the draft, high enough to kind of change their franchise. Like, well, they could have changed their franchise when they drafted Patrick Williams, but that's a whole different conversation. However, he averaged 20 points last season, 4 rebounds, 4.5 assists, and he did shoot 45.3% from three. And we saw him go on different tears throughout the year, especially after Zach LaVine was traded. Felt like it was a weight lifted off of his shoulder, and he looked like one of the future leaders on this team. Now, he's only 25 years old, so it's not like age is a problem for Coby White. However, the Chicago Bulls only have a couple of players that teams are honestly looking at that they would be willing to negotiate with the Bulls for. Now we know we don't want Patrick Williams, we don't want Nikola Vucevic. He does have a friendly situation with this being the last year of his contract, and we don't want Javon Carter. We do like Josh Giddey, we do like Coby White, but if we're going to trade a player, if we're going to try to get picks, it's going to be a Coby White. So let us know what y'all think in the comments about the whole situation with Coby White. But if he's going to be the de facto leader of this team going forward, him and Josh Giddey, if they're building around him, especially with Lonzo Ball up out of here too, we just got to figure out what they're going to do to build around him. Mo Wagner's a free agent. You got DeAndre Ayton as well. So let me get back into the comments real quick. Ayton can play defense better than Vooch. I'll give you that. Let's see. Ayton is not an upgrade. That's crazy work. I feel you on that one. I'm not necessarily sure if Ayton is an upgrade over Vucevic. As quiet as it's kept, Vucevic is still a top 6, 7 center in this league, just based off what he can do. He can still stretch the floor. He shot the three better than he did the season prior to this last one. And when he is motivated and when he gets his touches, he's effective. So Big Josh, who I think the Bulls should get right now, I'm thinking big man. They passed up on Derek, not Derek Queen, Derek Queen in the draft. And I definitely want them to get him. They picked up the French guy instead. So I am looking at DeAndre Ayton. However, I do feel like Jonathan Kuminga didn't really get the chance that he deserved in Golden State. He showed us enough flashes that he can be productive. But hey, maybe the Chicago Bulls should take a flyer on him. But let's make no bones about it. He hasn't shown me anything that proves that he can put together a playoff roster here in Chicago. So regardless if I want these players or not, I really don't expect the Chicago Bulls to be doing anything major today in the free agent market. I like TAC. He's an instant bucket off a bench, and he's instant for real, for real. Now, Mo Wagner as an upgrade to Vooch, I don't know. Like, is he really? Because Vooch, at the very least, is available. Mo has been injured, if I'm not mistaken, the last couple of seasons. And he was a fringe bench player himself in Orlando. He wasn't a starter. He started like early in his career, but when they started to get better, it wasn't because of Mo Wagner. Now, his brother on the other hand, yeah, offer Vooch, Coby, and Portland pick for Zion just to try something Wutage. I don't know, man. Like if we're in just to try something territory, and I get it, the Chicago Bulls right now are trying to get younger or stay younger, and I do believe that they want to be healthy as well. Which is why they signed, they signed Lonzo to that friendly deal, and then got him up out of there real quick and brought in Okoro. I'm not necessarily sure they're willing to hedge their bets on an injury-prone Zion Williamson. Like he's now. Listen, don't get me wrong. Zion is a stud when he actually plays basketball. He's very efficient, shoots the ball at a high enough field goal percentage, scores easily, but he just doesn't play basketball at a high enough clip for me to be willing to trade Vooch, Kobe, and a Portland pick. I don't know, bro. But I got respect for your opinion, Wutage, for sure. Yeah, Kuminga is a restricted free agent right now, which I believe that means that teams will have to at least match the offer that Golden State hit him with earlier this week. Keep Kobe. Not mad at that decision either. I love Kobe, man. Froby's one of my favorite Chicago Bulls, especially this recent iteration of the Bulls. But again, he has, if we're going to keep it a bean, he has shown up and down scoring ability. And when you look at the play-in tournament, or even, well, we can't look at any playoff footage really, but they did have that one playoff set games series versus Milwaukee a couple of seasons ago. Once teams load up on him, he just can't get to his spots. He kind of changes his approach. The start to the seasons for Kobe have been struggling the last two seasons, in my opinion. He didn't really get, but the Bulls do ask different things. Let's be honest. The Bulls ask Kobe to do different things every single year to start the year. And once he get back to doing what Kobe does best, he plays really well. But can he be the guy? I'm not necessarily sure if he's better off as a strong, solid 2 or 3, or as opposed to being the number one guy on the team. I think Aiden going to the Lakers for sure. Yeah, Kobe, listen, LeBron is definitely working them phones right now. Kobe and Giddey got to stay. Kobe should be a Bull. Unfortunately, it's a business. We need a 7-foot center so bad. Giddey, Kobe, and Montes is a solid young core. But if we get a good 7-foot center to hold down the paint, we'd be solid. And then look at Detroit, man. Look at what happened with Jalen Duren. He came into his own last season. He was a lob machine for those guys out there. It will look good for Josh Giddey to have somebody that he can throw the ball to in the paint that's not just trying to be finesse. I think Nickeil Alexander-Walker or Aiden, that's a move. If we move off Vooch and P. Will to get 2 extra roster spots, I honestly don't want to trade him. We built good momentum toward the end of the season. A lot of love for Kobe. Do you think the Bulls will trade Dalen Terry? I love Dalen Terry, but if it's a team that want him, he can go. He can go. If it's a team that really wants Dalen Terry's services, I wouldn't be surprised if the Bulls move off him, especially with them bringing in another young wing to come in and play. And lately, the Chicago Bulls have been playing their younger players, especially now that Zach is gone, DeMar is gone, and so on and so forth. Giddey, White, Buzelis, Kuminga, and Ayton, not a bad look. Not a bad look. Really hope we don't trade Kobe. Need room for the young Bulls to put in work. School is in session. Let these Bulls run. Lack of patience keep the regressions of players not being able to get better because they can't see the floor. I agree with you there. The Ron Thomas. I agree with you there. Per Chris Haynes, Kings have arranged meetings with Russell Westbrook and Dennis Schroeder, looking to be potentially get both. Listen, that'll be a nice little backcourt as we are covering free agency for the entire NBA right now. That'll be a nice little backcourt of veterans. James Harden, for example, stayed with the Clippers. He declined his $36.3 million player option and got a 2-year, $81.5 million deal. And listen, I'm not mad at that. James Harden's 36, but he put up decent numbers for the Clippers last season, and they were a legit championship contender going into the playoffs. Bobby Portis is staying with the Bucks on a 3-year deal. We got Ajay Mitchell going to the Oklahoma City Thunder, joining the NBA champions. And then you got he's staying with them. The Hawks declined some options for some no-name names. Eric Gordon doesn't want to stay with the Clippers, so he's expected to opt out. The Jazz traded Colin Sexton for Yusef Nurkic. Lonnie Walker contract is declined by the 76ers. Duncan Robinson is declining early termination option. He's going to be a free agent. That's a big pickup, a big name out there who can shoot the 3 at 40%. That's another thing the Chicago Bulls need. They shot the 3 a lot more last season, but not as consistently as they needed to. And if it's a Duncan Robinson out there, maybe they take a flyer on him. Who knows? Let us know what you guys think in the comment about that possibly being a situation. All right, let me refresh to see what's happened. Uncle Jeff Green is staying in Houston. Jeff Green got to be 72 years old He is the new Udonis Haslem of the NBA. He's re-signing with the Rockets as well as Aaron Holiday. It was just reported right here in our comments that the Kings meet with Dennis Schroeder and Russell Westbrook. They're looking to keep him. Josh Hart, he said 601. I ain't see one deal. What happens to the game I love? No deals yet, hot off the presses, but we are just minutes into it. It's 6:15 Eastern, 5:15 Central. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen with the deals around the league. Happy Monday, everybody. If it's permitted, the top three guys I'd like to see us make space for on the rosters: Nickeil Alexander Walker, Mo Wagner, and New Orleans has been finding their entire roster. So Trey Murphy and Herb Jones. Now, if we get one of those young New Orleans cats, for sure. Trey Smith, Carter to Portland, to trade Smith and Carter or Carter to Portland for Robert Williams III. Interesting. I like it. You think the Bulls do anything with their trade exceptions? Don't they get 20 plus million in trade exceptions? That's a question for Hayes right there. I'll have him. I'll go ahead and mark this one and have him answer that when he gets back. And then we got Kuminga and Buzelis would be an unreal backcourt. Taj is 40 years old. How do you think he'd be able to play if he were with the Bulls? I don't think he would play much at all. Now I did see him get some spot starter minutes last year, and it's always great to see Taj, hard head lunch pail player, go out there. But I don't expect the Chicago Bulls to be reaching out to him, and if they do, it would be more in a role of mentorship, locker room presence. He was a part of the last regime that won anything that was worth watching. So it wouldn't be mad. It wouldn't be bad to see him maybe get a Brook Lopez. Who knows? He's a little long in the tooth as well. It's sad that we're at this point as Bulls fans and as an organization that we're looking at. All right, the Grizzlies are giving JJJ a nice contract extension. I feel bad for him though, because he could have had more. He could have had more, but he missed the apron for like defensive player. He got defensive player of the year, but he didn't get one of any of the all NBA spots, and he missed out on like $100 million. But they just gave him a big deal to stay in Memphis with Ja Morant. We'll get into the details of that contract in a second. But listen, this is gonna be a frenzy of flurry of moves gonna be coming in. I know I would never get Zion. Zion barely plays. Lonzo has to pass the physical before his deal final, right? Would love to see Lonzo and Kuminga play together. Seeing Lonzo play with anybody would be a nice thing, to be honest, but he's just not, there. This team, with the system we play in, high and fast transition offense, shooting threes, we need players that will fit that system. And I don't want Zion. I agree with you. If we trade Io, I'm done. People are mad. I see that. Io, I like Io. So we can talk about Io for a second. He did get injured last year, missed most of the season. I would love to see Io stay. He's a Chicago kid. Plays defense, plays the ball, plays the right way. He's one of those momentum players. He hits those momentum shots, gets those momentum steals. A one-man fast break, just all-around good kid. I would love to see him stay in the Chicago Bulls, but we know it's a business, and if there's something out there that can help upgrade this team, Io can go too. Coby is not a superstar. He shouldn't get paid like it. Get him out of here. He's not getting paid like a superstar. Kobe's on a nice team-friendly deal, which is why the Chicago Bulls like him, because he plays above what they're paying him. But I guess, I feel you. I feel you. Lonzo and Alex knew how to play in empty space. Going to miss that. Yeah, but Lonzo was in empty space on the bench where he wasn't for most of his career because he was rehabbing his broke knee. How does Dalen and Julian get minutes with Herder and Isaac and Matis? That's going to be tough. Julian Phillips is going to get minutes. Let's not ignore that. He's going to get minutes. He's super athletic. He can hit the corner three. He can play defense. He's going to get minutes. Matis is going to get minutes. Now Okoro is going to have to earn his minutes, and so is Herder, and so is Phillips. Let's just be honest. Matis is going to be that number one spot right there, and then you got the rest of these guys working their way into the lineup throughout the season. And we know how the Chicago Bulls do. They're going to send people up and down to the G League. Some people are going to be buried on the bench. We'll see how that goes. Who do we think the Bulls are going to sign? We're going to see. I would buy out Carter, but I don't know. I don't know. That's probably dead money. The contract that he got, he definitely already opted into his option. I already know that. So it's gonna be rough. The Bulls need two bigs to replace Vooch and Jalen Smith. Need to invest in player development coaches. Also, I feel like Jalen Smith, the Bulls are high on him. He was one of those top 10 picks. The Bulls have a bunch of cast-offs that were in that Patrick Williams draft. Patrick Williams went fourth. I think Okoro went fifth, and I think Jalen Smith went 10th in that same draft. So now they have 3 lottery picks from about 5 seasons ago, which is crazy. I heard something about Nas Reed a while back that was just a pipe dream. Nah, they're not. They're not is not going to be a Chicago Bull. Let me update the screen here real quick. Nothing popped up. Let's see. The latest big news was the JJJ signing, so that's what it is there. I think he's good for the Memphis Grizzlies though, so we'll see how that goes. Franz, there you go, Franz Wagner, there you go. We need to be patient. We got to be patient. My man Steve-O speaks in the building, says ain't nothing. We know ain't nothing happening with the Chicago Bulls. Aldama signs a massive deal to the Grizzlies. Santi Aldama to the 3-year, $52.5 million deal. I'm gonna look up his stats real quick. Yeah, Brick Lopez is old, man. We can't be clamoring for him. So Jaron Jackson Jr. got his $240 million contract thanks to my boy V Dog. The Bulls are looking to use a full mid-level exception or the full trade exception from the Levine deal. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. What deal shocked me the most after Dr. Montes? Actually, nothing. Some people might be thinking about the Boston trades that are taking place, especially now the fact that Boston traded players didn't shock me. When they got rid of Drew Holiday, that did not shock me. Or Kristaps Porzingis, that did not shock me. Now, what did shock me was is the fact that Portland was willing to give up Anthony Simons for him. Like that dude is younger, more athletic. He's somebody that I thought would be part of a core in the future. So the fact that they got rid of Anthony Simons for an older Drew Holiday and some picks was crazy. Like, man, the Celtics always figure out ways to get better, even with being handicapped. That is insane to me. So we can look up Santi Aldama's numbers real quick because he was a solid piece for those guys. Spanish player, averaged 12.5 points, 6.4 rebounds, 2.9 assists, shot 48.3% from the field. He's 6'11", big guy, but he can shoot that ball. So yeah, listen, he's only 24 years old, so it's not a bad investment. And he shot 37% from three, almost 50% from the field. So good for them for keeping him there, not allowing him to go to another team and throw a monkey wrench in their future plans as well. Let's see. Jalen needs more time on the floor. Yeah, Jalen Green. I don't know what happened to him. Not Jalen Green, Jalen Smith last season. I'm not sure what happened toward him toward the end of the season, but it looked like he was in the doghouse. Do you think we still going to get Kuminga? I heard the words working out a sign and trade with the Bulls or Miami. That's the name I've been hearing the most, even prior to the offseason. Last season when Vucevic's name was up in the trade rumors, Kuminga was the one name that was a constant. So where there's smoke, there's most likely fire. And plus the Chicago Bulls and the Miami Heat are like playing tournament rivals right now. So maybe the Bulls will try to block the Heat from getting somebody that they can add to their team and go ahead and bring them over here to fill out the back court for the Bulls or the front court for the Bulls. So I'm not mad at that. I want to see my Bulls succeed or become consistent playoff contenders again, but I won't be talking about them a lot going forward. I like the younger direction of the roster, but don't trust the management. Much respect to you, V-Dog, of course, but you can't help yourself, bro. We will be seeing you talk about the Bulls. Why didn't Jalen play at the end of the season? There you go, Reginald Short. I agree with you, bro. I don't know why he didn't play at the end of the season. What happened? I think part of it was maybe defensively there were struggles there. He did seem to be a little bit more passive as far as shooting a lot of threes. Like he would shoot when he was out there, whether it was for 20 minutes or 10 minutes, he would shoot 5 or 6 threes and only make like 1 or 2 of them. maybe that was part of it. And Vucevic got a little bit better after he got out of his head when he didn't get traded. Vucevic was playing really good basketball. So, and the Bulls went to a lot of small ball last season toward the end of the season as well. That could be a part of it also. So, if the Bulls want to be great again, I'm not saying he's better than Michael Jordan. I'm not even gonna finish reading that. Tony Bradley getting a ring is insane. Phony Badley did not get a ring. He was on the Indiana Pacers. So he didn't get a ring, but he did make it to the finals. Would absolutely love if we signed Mo Wagner. Yeah, I mean, like, does it move the needle for the Chicago Bulls a lot? Not necessarily. And again, I think Mo Wagner was is a little bit injury prone at this point, based on the last couple of seasons. But he's another one of those players the Bulls could have drafted. He was one of those players that was drafted, I believe, with the picks that the Bulls gave up for Vucevic, or he might have been on the team right before they traded Vucevic. I could be wrong. Let me know in the comment. I know V-Dog know the answers to that one. But yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing him either. Do you think John Morant is a Grizzly after next season? It all depends on how the season goes with the Memphis Grizzlies. Like they are a decent team that was looking like they were going to be what the Oklahoma City Thunder is right now, what Minnesota is right now. Memphis was one of those young teams that you expected to be in the hunt for the long run for the next few years. And Ja had all those off the season, off the court issues, and it didn't work out. They just announced the All Stars WNBA All. What's the WNBA be doing stuff all wrong? Like, why would you announce the WNBA All Star starters right as the NBA free agency starts? Like, that's the crazy stuff that they've been doing. I don't get it. Obviously, I'm not a part of the inner workings of the WNBA, but some of the things that they be doing just don't make sense. Like not having games when the NBA doesn't have any games on, and now you're announcing the WNBA All-Star starters while the NBA free agency is going on. So you're not going to see those announced on like ESPN or Fox Sports or whatever, because everybody's talking about the NBA, but whatever. I say trade Vooch and Coby and then sign a trade for Kuminga, Vooch and Coby, then re-sign Tre Jones. Tre Jones is a forgotten piece right there. He was really solid for the Bulls before he got hurt. And I think they win that play-in tournament with a healthy Tre Jones. Giddy Jones, Herder, Ayo Buzelis, Okoro, Kuminga, Noah, JP, Collins, and Smith. That's not a bad, I mean, it's not a great lineup, but that for the Bulls, that'd be a young, athletic lineup. But I don't think fans would be happy to see Coby gone in any situation that brings in Kuminga. But it would be fun to watch Coby play for the Golden State Warriors. That'd be fun to see. AK better not have us just sitting there while he doing nothing, making phone calls. Yeah, we're gonna see. We got excited about the Bulls in free agency for the last couple of seasons, and nothing happened. So it wouldn't be surprising again. Williams, Terry, Carter out of the rotation. Yeah, they were at the end of the season. All of them were. Well, Carter was out of the rotation all season. Dude was just huff. That's why we call him catfish. AK got his phone on airplane mode. I wouldn't be surprised. Any Houston Rockets targets? I don't think we should trade Cam Whitmore. I mean, Houston got a gluttony of players, bro. Like they can't play everybody. Teams are probably definitely on the phone with them. The Chicago Bulls could be on the phone with them too for a Cam Whitmore, a couple of other players as well. But it's some untouchables on the Houston Rockets roster. Real quick, let me pull them up. That's like they're making some major moves right now, man, and it's so annoying to see how other teams are legitimately doing things versus how the Chicago Bulls are. Like it's very annoying to see how teams are setting themselves up for the future while setting themselves up for the present, while the Chicago Bulls just aren't. Let's see. Cam Whitmore is definitely one. Tyree Eason is still on there. Maybe the Bulls look for him. But that's about it. Like I don't see either one of them, anybody outside of them, because they're not going to move off of Sengun. Thompson, Steven Adams is still going to be there. Reed Shepard is still going to be there. So yeah, Whitmore and Eason will probably be the only Houston targets that they might be willing to move off of, especially since they just re-signed Smith Jr. Billy Donovan doesn't like Smith because he's not 6'1". He play like he's 6'1" though, man. Let's be 100. Let's keep it a buck. Is P. Will a permanent DNP next year? Absolutely not. If anything, AK is his has proven to be stubborn about this P. Will situation, and that's what annoys me the most about it is that they could have moved off of P. Will a couple of years ago. The Indiana Pacers wanted him for Sabonis, if I'm not mistaken, and they were just so high on him because of his defense and his ability to shoot the three that they kept him around. Now, I don't think they should have given him the contract extension they gave him last season. I don't think he earned it, but it is what it is. He's definitely going to play. You cannot have a $30 million man just not getting minutes, just sitting on the bench. I wouldn't be surprised if P. Will started and Montes coming off the bench. Exactly. Especially with 3 new expansion teams. Oh, you talking about the WNBA? Yeah, it's so weird, bro. Should the Bulls call Utah about Kessler? I heard he's available. Wow. You talking about Kessler Walker? Like, listen, that's a player that all of us over here were pretty high on a couple of seasons ago. Walker Kessler. And he came in and played really well as a rookie. But he hasn't played as well since. So maybe he needs a change of scenery. It'll be good to see him. He does protect the paint, does go get blocks. He's not afraid to get down there and get dirty. So that is something to think about, Reginald Short. That's a good question right there. No Giddy news is crazy because I feel like Hayes, and I'm sure you'll talk about it when you get here. That Josh Giddey's camp, they want to test the waters, and they talked about that before when he first came to the Chicago Bulls. I don't, and they talked about not getting a contract extension during the season because they want to see how things look. And he went out there and proved that he can lead a team to wins and that he can also shoot the three. The Rockets are signing Dorian Finney-Smith to a 4-year, $53 million deal. Okay. Okay, Rockets. I see y'all. That's a good 3 and D guy. Can hit the corner through three, can play defense, and he's a champion. So shout out to him going to the Rockets. The Rockets are going to be a force in the West. All right. We need so yeah, I think Josh Giddey bet on himself, and he's betting on himself to the point that he's not going to put all his eggs in the Chicago Bulls basket unless they break the bank for him. We need to think outside the box this go round, go after a big dog, and let's rock. Trade P. Will Vooch in January if things don't work. Their value is down anyway. I mean, Vooch's value is not down. Nikola Vucevic's value is exactly what it was. It's just, especially actually, if anything, his value is higher because I think he's going into the last year of his contract. If you're trading a player that's in the last year of his contract, he's basically just auditioning, and you don't have to tie yourself to him for more than 8 months. It's not a bad thing. But as far as P. Will, yeah, his contract is untradeable and his value is at an all-time low. Tyree Eason might be available. Acme definitely cooking up a stupid trade. he turns down trades that are good. So we already know how tough it's gonna be. You can't just do Vooch for Kuminga because they might have to make more money work. I would say P. Will instead of Coby, but he makes too much money. And I don't think I doubt Steve Kerr wants to have P. Will anywhere close to the Golden State Warriors. He don't want him to even be a water boy for the Golden State Warriors. So Coby White just got traded for cash. That's funny. We know that didn't happen. I like a guy like Sam Hauser on our team. I think he fits. Right, you draft a raw player, then get rid of the one that of the best developmental coaches in the world. If no the best, I don't get it. If no the best, ass backwards. I'm not sure what you were trying to say there, bro. My bad. What's up, B talking? How you feeling? We see teams like OKC, Houston, and San Antonio building a dynasty while the Bulls are trying to get to the play-in. Yep, Finney Smith went to the Rockets. Yup. What up, Ant the big homie? Why the league don't like Cam Thomas? The kid is a bucket. He's a volume shooter. He's undersized, doesn't give you much on defense. So Cam Thomas reminds me of Ben Gordon. It's just like this kind of shorter guard that can get to anywhere he wanted to and hit that midi. But in this NBA, even though he's really good at hitting the mid range, This NBA is still about analytics. Let me look this up real quick. It's still about analytics, and they think two-pointers are bad shots. That's just the reality of it. They think two-pointers are bad shots. But he did average last season 24 points, but he only shot 43% from the field, 35% from three, and he averaged less than a steal, like point 0.6 steals in a game per game. So that's just the reality of it, man. He doesn't shoot a high enough percentage from three. His best year was 38.3% from three back in 2023, but he clearly doesn't shoot the three well enough for teams to be calling from. He's only 23, so he can get better. But and you're right, he is a bucket. I just don't think he fits the model of what NBA teams are looking for. I still remember taking out a hot matzahs for a struggling P. Will and got booed for it. Absolutely. Absolutely. Paul Reed resigns with the Pistons, and it's a 2-year, $11 million deal. Thanks for keeping me updated in the comments. Cam Spencer signs. What up, Baki? A 2-year deal with $4.5 million to the Grizzlies. Oh, not the best developmental coaches. I got you. I see you. If, in your opinion, is Coby White deserving of a max contract or close to it? No, not even close to it. Coby White is not deserving of a max contract. He hasn't shown us that he can be a true number one on the Chicago Bulls. And in the times that he has been the true number one, when teams adjusted, he hasn't shown that he can adjust to the adjustments, if that makes sense. I love Coby White. I really do. But when teams take away what he's good at, he's just out there. He's just out there, and then he starts settling for threes. He can't get to his spots. He'll do lazy passes, turn the ball over. And I know y'all don't want to hear, one of your favorite players be talked about like this, but we got to be 100 when it comes to Coby White. His deficiencies don't make up for what he does well, in my opinion. And there's no way he's a max contract player. But I'm speaking from a place of common sense, whereas Acme will probably give him a double max. Like, he'll be the first player in history to get a double max contract. Acme would probably just re-sign Tre Jones to the mid-level exception and call it a day. Yeah, V-Dog, Dorian Finney-Smith, we talked about it a few seconds ago. That's a big pickup for Houston. Houston making moves, man. They're making moves out there. And just think about what the Houston Rockets were 2 or 3 seasons ago. And they made these moves. They brought in Kevin Garnett, Kevin Durant, and they still got Sengun, they still got Thompson, they still got Whitmore, they still got Eason, they still got Jabari Smith Jr. They just picked up Dorian Finney-Smith. Like, these guys are trying to build a winner right now. They're in win now mode. And it all starts 2 or 3 seasons ago when you're planning for the future. And the Chicago Bulls just don't have that type of front office. They just don't. I don't get how you can be a short-sighted general manager. It just doesn't make sense. It flies in the face of conventional wisdom. So, listen, the Chicago Bulls definitely need to be looking at DeAndre Ayton for real, for real. We talked about the Paul Reed signing. We talked about the Dorian Finney-Smith signing, and Jaren Jackson Jr. got $240 million. Jeff Green and Aaron Holiday are both staying in Houston, and we're just hearing rumors right now about the Kings meeting with Dennis Schroeder and Russell Westbrook to help out their backcourt. I don't even think Coby White is as a number 2. I think he's a hell of a third option. I think he's a decent 2, but yes, he would be a great third option for any team. But as a number 1, man, he has a few deficiencies. Will the boys be joining as well? I think Bobby has some school stuff to do. Steve-O is in the comments. He had a tooth pulled today, so I doubt he'll be joining. Hayes is on his way. He's taking care of some family business. And I'm not sure about my boy C-Dub. If we were to move Vooch, how do you think we would go if we didn't get another center? We would have to get another center. There's no way Jalen Smith is your starting center going. And then you still got, what's his name that they got? Collins. Zach Collins and Jalen Smith as your centers. I don't know. The Rockets are cooking. The Rockets are really jumping the gun above. Ime is a top-notch head coach. Also, he learned and played under the best in Popovich. I think that's what you meant in Popovich there. If Acme keeps Vooch going into the next season, I'm going to be extremely angry. Will prepare to be extremely angry. Still no director of player development. That's crazy, man. The Bulls are a poverty franchise right now. Who do you think the next head coach for the Knicks will be? I heard a rumor that they was looking at Teresa Witherspoon. That that'd be crazy. That'd be such a New York thing to give you the first woman head coach. That'd be dope. Steve-O said he'll join if we do something. He's not trying to be here for no reason. Hopefully Schroeder to the King. That'd be dope. I mean, like he always makes teams better. He's just one of those guys that just comes in and he's a plug and play guy. He doesn't have to go to practice. He'll just come in and get it in. It was crazy to remember the Rockets got rid of Capella and tried the small ball and then brought in Westbrook. Now they got a promising future. Absolutely. We need 2 new centers. That's facts. Somebody blick Buddy down. I'm not sure, or should he be blicked down? Is he normal or not? Where's Hayes? Hayes will be in. Hayes will be here. I'm sorry that he's not here. I'm not as handsome or charismatic as my boy Hayes. I'm still here holding it down for the entire gang. Chicago, the Chi-Town Sports Network family. It's your boy Big Kev in the building. Typically cover the Chicago White Sox and the Chicago Cubs. And you can find me over here on Chi-Town Sports Central, NBA Central from time to time as well. But I am here in my boy's stead as he takes care of business. We are covering free agencies, re-signings, movements, trades, all of those things. If you're just joining us, the moves that have happened already, just a couple of things. Nothing really has happened yet, like nothing major, just a couple of re-signings, some buyouts, a couple of players turning to their teams. The biggest news is Jaren Jackson Jr. re-signing Memphis Grizzlies for $240 million 5-year contract extension. And then we also had what's his name? Aldina, Santi Aldama re-signed with the Memphis Grizzlies as well. So, but nothing else major has occurred. Hayes is on the way. Can we finesse Mitchell Robinson from the Knicks? Man, come on, Bulls fans. We have to stop being enamored with these people that don't play basketball. We just got, I mean, much love to my boy D Rose, but once he got hurt, we barely saw him play for the Bulls again. Lonzo Ball had a good third of a season for the Chicago, 2/3 of a season for the Chicago Bulls. And then we didn't get to see him play anymore. Now y'all saying y'all want Zion Williamson and or Mitchell Robinson. Nah, bro. Can we get somebody that's gonna play basketball for at least 70 games? Is that the benchmark? 65 games? I would not want to see Mitchell Robinson come over here and get hurt. And now then we'll be spending the whole year talking about that. Why are the Bulls fans mad they traded a player who hardly plays and was always injured? That's what I'm talking about, Golden Arms. I haven't seen anybody really mad, like maybe disappointed that we didn't get to see a full representation of what Lonzo Ball could bring to the team, because when he did play, he played well enough for us to be like, hey, look, this team is up to something. They were number 1 team in the East when Lonzo Ball was running the show. But we can't keep holding on to nostalgia. We've been doing that for the last 10, 15, well, honestly, the last 30 years since the Bulls won their last championship. Appreciate you, Dr. Mantis. I'm doing what I can, man. I'm doing what I can. Watch Vooch get traded for $5 and a ham sandwich. And it's going to be like spice ham, too. It's not even going to be like honey baked ham or smoked ham. It's going to be some hard, nasty spice ham. I believe Joe Cowley said Coby, while won't take any more discounts, should the Bulls look to trade now. I get what you're saying. While he won't take any more discounts, he's not a max player still. Like at most he'll make what Patrick Williams is making, or a little bit more than that, or Josh Giddey. But I don't see the Bulls breaking the bank and giving Coby White a $40 million, $50 million contract. I just don't see it. Preston Achua, maybe. I like that, Anthony Big Homie. Looks like after being traded to the Grizzly, Cole Anthony will be bought out. And they were trying to trade him to the Bulls, so we'll see. If you can get one center from this free agency, who would you get? It would be DeAndre Ayton. That's who I would be looking at. Like a former number one pick, has played deep in the playoffs, has proven that he can score. Not necessarily at number one pick status, but on the Chicago Bulls, he would immediately be, the post player. So we'll see. But I would definitely go for him. I say let Kobe play his contract out and see if he's a part of the future. If not, move on at the trade deadline. Who knows? The crazy thing is, I'll take an injured Robertson over a healthy Vooch. Man, y'all gonna stop doing Vooch like that. Now I know defensively he leaves a lot to be desired, but Nikola Vucevic is not as bad as Chicago Bulls fans they come out to be. Man, stop it. Let me look at his stats real quick. The Montenegrin average 18.5 points and 10 rebounds, 3.5 assists, and he shot 53% from the field. And from three, he shot a really respectable, not even respectable, incredible 40.2% from three last year. Man, claiming that Mitchell Robinson would be an upgrade over that is insane. He only played 30 minutes a game last year. He averaged a double-double at 18 and 10 and shot 40% from three. He plays. Besides his last season with the Magic, in which he played 44 games. Well, actually, no, that's a combined season. So he's played 60 plus games in pretty much every season of his career. And my man for the Chicago Bulls had 73, 82, 76, and 73 games played. And he shot 40% from three last year. Like, what else do you want from him besides more defensive intensity? There's no way an injured Mitchell Robinson at the big homie is better than a healthy Vooch. I doubt we're doing anything. From your mouth to God's ears, we've been doing this long enough over here at Chi-Town Sports Central and Chicago Bulls Central to know that the Bulls ain't doing nothing today. And if they do, it'll be a happy accident. Nothing, no other news around the league too. That's surprising to me. That's what's more surprising than anything is that not much happening around the league. Anthony Davis said he'll play for Chicago. How about how do you think he'll fit on the roster? He'll fit on the roster the same way he fit on every other roster, from the bench for extended periods of time. And then when he does play, it's going to be great. The Lakers are signing Jake LaRavia from the Kings to a 2-year deal. It's a 2-year, $12 million deal, according to Shams. Does that mean that he is? I don't know who he is. He played for the Kings last season, but who knows what he does, what he brings to the table. Let's see. Because that ain't what the Lakers need right now. They need a big man. Jake LaRavia. He averaged 6.9 points, 3.9 rebounds, and 2.54 assists last season. 47 points a game. He's only 23. He's 6'7". I don't know. I don't understand why he is being signed by the Lakers, but hey, it is what it is. The spam sandwich is true. I do love the versatility of our squad, but one, we do have a ceiling with Donovan, and two, the management is garbage. You're right. But I will say this about Billy Donovan. He has shown that when he has the types of players that he needs, i.e. younger players, he gets a better result. When it was Zach LaVine, DeRozan, Caruso, Vucevic, that was tougher for him because those guys had their own ways of doing things. Billy Donovan's greatest success has come in college and with younger teams, with the exception of Chris Paul on OKC, but the rest of that team was young. Billy Donovan thrives with younger players, and you got all these players that's 25 and younger. Maybe, just maybe, they can play above their station and make a playoff push in the Eastern Conference if they get a couple of stronger vets on this team. But hey, we'll see. Jonathan, it's all good, man. Hey, he's gonna be here, man. He's gonna be here. You don't want Ayton. He's soft. He plays like we would. He's soft like P. Will. I don't think anybody in the league is softer than P. Will. People hate Vooch but won't Aiden. That's what I'm saying. Listen, while he might not be softer than P. Will, Aiden is gonna make you madder than Vooch ever did. Yeah, La Ravia just signed with the Lakers, but I don't know who he is. No updates on Giddey, which is becoming crazier and crazier at the moment. But I think they're playing hardball. Giddey's still what, 21? They want him to sign a contract probably in the 35 to $40 million range over the next 5 years. They want him to be the $200 million man. So we're gonna see how that goes, but crazy. Because Vooch isn't a rim protector, Steve-O, we need a rim protector. Aiden not a rim protector. Let me see. Before I say that, let me see what DeAndre Aiden did last year, because he hasn't really shown me that, he averaged 14 and a half points, 10 rebounds, 1 assist, did shoot about 60% from the field. He averaged just 1 block a game. That's he averaged 1 block a game. So let's see what Nikola Vucevic averaged last season. 0.7 blocks a game. So it wasn't that big of a difference. Now maybe if you're considering like redirects and deflections and things like that, maybe. But from just the raw data, because I'm not saying I watched a lot of Portland basketball last season, it doesn't seem like DeAndre Aiden is that much better of a rim protector than Nikola Vucevic. I do find it funny that the Bulls don't seek draft capital when it's presented to them, especially in the trade. Like that's like a girl insisting on giving you dome before you go the next step, and you like, nah, I'm good, I'm straight, I'll just take the action. Man, you better take all you can get. The Bulls get on my nerves with that. I'm still mad at that trade for Giddey, and you're running the risk of losing Josh Giddey right now for nothing. Caruso's an NBA champion now, and Josh Giddey could still potentially sign with another team, and the Bulls will end up with egg on their face. Ugh. We keep talking about that. I'm not even sure who LaRavia is. Vooch has been the most consistent Bulls over the last 3 years and played 82 games 2 seasons ago. Bulls fans treat this man like he Carlos Boozer or something. Thank you, Golden Arms. Like, I get it. Vucevic get killed in the pick and roll. He played more inspired defense last season, though, in my opinion. He shot the 3 at 40%. He's giving you 20 and 10, especially when he actually touches the ball. Let's not forget all the times that Vooch just get completely frozen out. But hey, if y'all want to move on from Vooch so bad, tell me who's going to be better than him, like a real option. DJ Young, Hayes will be here, man. Y'all really love Hayes over here, man. Hayes, bro, hurry up, bro. Why do you want a dude that doesn't have the drive to play hard, though? Why would you want a dude that doesn't have the drive to play hard, though? Are we talking about Patrick Williams or DeAndre Ayton? How long does free agency last? All season. I think players can get signed whenever. Today is just the opening of free agency. But yeah, I guess I could ask. Let me find out, because hold on. NBA free agency officially begins on July 1st. The tampering period starts like around on the 30th, and players can't assign contracts until July 6th. So yeah, but like free agents, like if you're a free agent, you can pretty much sign whenever you want. Like this is just the beginning of it. A lot of teams don't have cap space, and that's another thing what's happening today. Now it makes sense. I'm glad you mentioned this, Dubs, all ones. The tax aprons for the NBA really has hurt free agency. So like a lot of people got to do signing trades. That's why you're not seeing a lot of things happening right now, because it's going to have to happen via signing trade so people can move money around so that they can save this bread. Giddey need a lob threat to open up his game. Now, I'll give you that. DeAndre Ayton will definitely be more of a lob threat for Josh Giddey than Nikola Vucevic, because Nikola Vucevic can't jump over a shoestring. Aiden's just young. I think Vooch the better player. I just don't want to see the Bulls in a situation where Vooch is on his last leg and they don't have a replacement. This organization is always behind, and that they're still going to be behind. Period. Shams is saying LaRavia with the Lakers. Chris Haynes is saying Kings. Oh well, we'll see. I'm all for us picking a direction and seeing how it goes or doesn't go. And it seems that at the very least, that's what the front office is trying to do right now. What the Chicago Bulls are doing right now is playing um, monkey see, monkey do. Like they're looking at teams that have gotten significantly younger over the last few years, and those younger teams have developed to become perennial powerhouses, and they want to do the same thing. It's just that unfortunately for the Chicago Bulls, they're getting younger, but not with blue chip 5-star players. Like they're taking younger players from the bargain bin, younger players that didn't make it in their first or second situations, and trying to see if they can put a battery in their back and charge them up to play better than they actually are. Isaac Okoro is a solid player. He was a number 5 overall pick, but can he push himself to be a number 5 overall pick type player? I doubt it. Um, we talked about Jalen Smith already. He was a number 10 overall pick, but he's not going to be a top 10 overall pick type of player in this league. So right now, when you're looking at teams like the Minnesota Timberwolves, Oklahoma City Thunder, even the Houston Rockets, they're picking their players and developing them properly. The Chicago Bulls are not. Now, Io, Kobe, they've been grown in house. We're looking at Matis. We're gonna see how that turns out. But at the end of the day, the Bulls just don't have the type of organization to do what the rest of these teams are doing. Do you think the Bulls have a good, if the Bulls have a good season, like playoff appearance, they'll be able to attract a star or a free agent next offseason? I don't know, man. Like, I doubt, I mean, like, the Bulls haven't made the playoffs since that first Lonzo year. So that's going to be a hard task. And pretty much everybody else around them are getting better. Like Detroit's better than the Bulls, Cleveland's better than the Bulls, Indiana's better than the Bulls. That's your division right there. Like you're at the bottom of your own division. And then if you look at the rest of the divisions, like Philly, if with a healthy, this is a big one, but with a healthy Joel, got to play better next year, right? The Knicks are still going to be good. Boston's still going to be good. Atlanta's going to be what they are, a 500 team. Orlando's still going to be good. Miami's still going to be Miami. So when you're looking at these teams in the Eastern Conference, the Chicago Bulls have where do they make the playoffs? Like where? Where do you see them being a top 10 seed? Because they probably can make the play in again, and that's a maybe to the point where they can beat one of these other teams and actually make the playoffs. I just don't see it. Aiden isn't it too soft to contest? P. Will or Tony Smell? That's funny. That's funny. Yeah, Jay Capone. That analogy is it. These they don't want the top, bro. They just want what they can get and get out. I think if the Bulls organization had a plan and said, "Look, Giddy, this is what we can pay you. We want to build around you and get you to the championship. You're willing to take 30." They don't have that plan though. They don't. I wonder if they holding up on the Giddy deal to keep flexibility for other deals. Nope, because ain't no other deals. Vooch slows the young guys down. He hurts our overall growth, despite him being an effective big. He only here for one more year if he's still here. Giddy is a role player, but the Bulls think he's a star. Calling Giddy a role player is crazy. That's like saying that Rajon Rondo was a role player. Like he played his role, but was he just a role player? Like Rajon Rondo was a difference maker. Like Josh Giddey is a difference maker, bro. He averaged a triple double pretty much for the season. Like calling him a role player is crazy, bro. What up, Justice? Appreciate you, brother. Aiden gonna be the new artist Gilmore. He gotta grow his afro out if he come here. We trying to run and gun. Vooch don't run. LOL. I don't want to keep beating a dead horse, but he doesn't fit what we're trying to do. And I agree with you. I do agree with you, but show me somebody better. Show me somebody better. I don't see us keeping Goggles and Collins. What do you think? Who would you keep? I would keep Collins over Goggles. I like Goggles, but I would keep Collins because Collins at least attacks the basket. I didn't see too much of that from Goggles. I hope P. Willie gonna get. What? I hope P. Willie gonna get the keys to the kingdom. The kingdom of what? Kingdom Hall. He do look like he'll be a Jehovah's Witness. You just put me on or something. I think that's probably why he's so passive. Like Patrick Williams might be a Jehovah's Witness, and he should get the keys to Kingdom Hall because he is not the defensive GOAT. Like what? What? Come on, the big one. Y'all think having P. Willie, Giddy, and Kobe can help us attract them top free agents though? Man, you trolling. You have to be trolling. I think Jalen Smith would be better. Wasn't Collins injured on the Spurs for a while? Collins was out the league. So there's that. How much can P. Willie teach Noah about being a consummate professional? What? Come on, man. Stop, bro. Stop it. I think they come in at Vooch because some games he seemed checked out and we want you to play hard. Chicago, go somewhere else. But we got to look at the situation with Vooch, right? The last 2 seasons is the trade deadline. And I'm not saying this is a good excuse. He was considered to be trade bait. He's watched DeRozan get up out of here. He's watched Caruso get up out of here, especially last season, Caruso getting traded in the offseason and then Zach being traded in season. And he's sitting around looking like Will Smith when he walked into the mansion and everything was gone. He thought he was going to be traded. He thought he was going to be traded and he didn't get traded. And I feel as though he was kind of like mentally checked out in the sense of like, man, I wanted to get traded and they didn't trade me. After he settled in, though, he played well down the stretch of last season. It wasn't like, he was just out there like sucking. He was giving you your typical. If we look at the last 10 games that Vucevic played, he gave you 25 and 10, 22 and 10, 31 and 10, 20 and 10, a couple of 16 and 10s out there. So he was playing really well once he realized, hey, I got to finish out the season. So I give you. Giddey far more than a role player. Absolutely, bro. Rondo is not Josh Giddey. You tweaking. I mean, what are we talking about here, though? Like, what are we talking about here, bro? Like, you saying that Josh Giddey is a role player, right? We're gonna pull up Rondo stats and we're gonna pull Giddey stats. Hayes is about to be in the building for those of you who've been clamoring for him. But for his career, Josh Giddey averages 14 points, almost 50% from the field, about 33% from three, 7.5 rebounds, and 6 assists. Now, his assist numbers do need to go up. Rondo, for his career, averaged 9.8% from 9.8 points, 45% from the field, 32% from three, 4.5 rebounds, and about 8 assists. Very comparable players. Would you call Rajon Rondo a role player? Because if you're calling Josh Giddey a role player, but if you're calling Josh Giddey a role player, then you got to call Rajon Rondo a role player too. Is all I'm saying.
So we got a backup point guard, huh?
We did.
Yeah, re-signed Tre Jones, 3 years, $24 million.
I just seen it right now. It just popped up. Hey, that's good though. 3 years.
Yeah,
20.
that's
Look, Tre Jones came in and showed that he can lead the show. He can lead the second unit. He can go to the basket. He got a nice little float game. He can hit the shots that he need to hit. I'm glad that he's back because I said this earlier. What's up, the one Mister? I see you. Cordell Frazier say Vooch's ass. Like, it's hilarious talking about this Vooch thing. But yeah, at the end of the day, Tre Jones, if he played in that play-in tournament, the Bulls would have won. They would have won that game.
Yeah, you need somebody, especially those nights where Kobe can't get it going. Especially, he'll do a lot of things, I think, wonders, especially if they was able to stay on the same team. There was times where Tre just knew, I need to go to the basket. I don't need to settle for no shot. I don't need to settle for anybody else. But yeah, with Tre being there, it brings a sense of comfortability, a sense of, a bit of ease, a lot of ramp, when you get a damn point guard that's not really a point guard that come in, shit still be chaos. He got that point guard background. He know when to slow down. He know when to speed up. He know when people need the ball and who don't need the ball. So yeah,
What
it's a
up?
good size.
Hey, what up, Steely E, man? You know what, bro? I'll put that copper fit on and go out there and be the center at the YMCA. I'm only 6'3", bro. I get destroyed trying to box out a big man in the NBA, bro.
No,
Yeah,
for
we
real.
talked about D'Angelo Russell to the Mavs. They talked about that last night. 2 years. And honestly, that's not a bad
That's
signing
a
for
good
the
signing.
for the Dallas Mavericks. He's with no pressure on him. D'Lo plays good basketball. When he's not expected to go out there and put up 30 points, he plays good basketball. So I expect him to go to the Mavs and be that player that's going to help out while Kyrie Irving is out. And until he gets back, he'll be a good spot player for them.
Yeah, I like it too, especially like that's what it's all is. It's just a filler until they get their guy back. And who's to say if he come back early or not? We've seen a lot of people have different type of ACL recoveries journeys. So yeah, on their part, it's a good sign, and like they got a lot of good things going their way. Like you said, even when with the way that the season ended last year, you still know it's a talented team over there. So to add on top of that, still a good sign.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Back. So if you're just joining us, covering free agency around the league, talking a lot of Bulls basketball. Appreciate you guys for being here with me for this first hour, holding it down. Even though some of y'all like, where Hayes, y'all bogus. I've been holding it down. Um, Listen, the free agency is in full motion. You can see, Steve-O, how this tax apron is affecting free agency
They ain't
signings.
playing.
But D'Angelo Russell is the stopgap for Kyrie Irving. Tre Jones is back to the Bulls. Jalen Green is rumored to possibly be on the trade block. I'm not. We talked about this already. I doubt that he stays with the Suns because Bradley Bill.
Whoa.
What just happened? Because
They
Bradley Bill is
Denver Nuggets are trading Michael Porter Jr. and an unexpected first round pick to the Brooklyn Nets for Cam Johnson. That's actually
unprotected. Unprotected.
unprotected. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of good on both sides.
Yeah.
I kind of like that on both sides.
You know, I'm not mad at it.
Yeah,
I'm not mad at it. Michael Porter Jr. is just, he's a guy. He's what the Bulls expected Patrick Williams to be minus the defense. Um, you said Cam Thomas or Cam who?
Johnson.
Oh, the light skinned buddy.
I mean, yeah, Johnson, the forward,
Yeah,
the three.
Cam Johnson was solid for the Nets last year. 20 points, 4.3 rebounds, 3.4 assists. He shot almost 50% from the field. He doesn't shoot many threes, but then when he does shoot them, 39% from three. He does average about a steal per game, so he's a 3-and-D guy, and he's only 29 years old.
I really
Michael.
like that for Denver though,
Oh yeah, because they're basically replacing Michael Porter Jr.'s um stats. Hold on,
because
pull up
when you
his
really
stats.
think about it, like you can see Michael Porter starting to step into his more of his bag that he had in high school and everything else. So,
Yeah, but
um,
that shoulder injury hurt him a little bit in the a lot
no,
in the
that
postseason.
back, that
That
back,
back is tough. He's
yeah,
27 years old. He shoots the three a little bit about the same. He gets
yeah.
more rebounds than Cam Johnson, but Cam Johnson plays better defense. So it's kind of a wash on that trade, if you ask me, bro.
That's what I said. It's like they both equal out to me.
Back to the Bulls. Big Melvin says, I'm actually seeing Bulls fans talk about Tre Jones suck. Where you seeing that at? Goes to show none of them was actually watching the games. He was our most consistent player. Can't say most consistent because he only played like 10 games, but like saying that he sucked is crazy. Realistically, what do you expect the Bulls to get back in a Vooch trade? It's gonna have to be a sign and trade with one of these teams that's trying to offload contracts, offload a young player that they don't want to develop, i.e. Kuminga. But I don't see them being able to get much, and they're not going to get picks back because they don't like picks. The Bulls are definitely allergic to picks. And look, we're breaking news before before some of these websites are breaking news. Like Breach Report just told me about the Michael Porter Jr. trade. Good job, guys. Michael Porter Jr.
Y'all
is
are wrong.
inconsistent.
Ty Jerome has agreed to a 3-year deal, $28 million to Memphis Grizzlies.
All right, Ty Jerome getting some money, taking care of his family. Let's see what he did. He played with the Cleveland Cavaliers last
Correct.
season. 12.5 points a game, 2.5 rebounds, and 3.4 assists. But he did shoot 51% from the field,
That's a
and
he's a Grizzlies type player too. When you look
and
at him,
about 40% from three. He's an Indiana type player too. About
yeah,
40% from three, 45% from the field for his career. Last season, he shot 43% from three and 51.6% from the field. So definitely shot above his career averages to earn that track. Shout out to him.
uh-huh.
That's not bad for the Memphis Grizzlies.
It ain't.
Can P. Will try out for the Bears and try kicking? Knowing him, he don't want to kick nothing outside of 5 yards. That's about
I
it.
don't want to put. He don't want to be physical here. You
He
gonna put him
probably
in
stub his
football
toe every time he kicked the football.
for real. I gotta go outside.
It's cold. You can't grow no roses in this weather. What's going on
Man,
here?
it's terrible.
um, I don't think the Tre Jones signing means Io or Coby leaving. We can talk about that a little bit. I do think it means that Dalen Terry might be in trouble. And then you got too many wings on this
Both of
team now.
them, Terry and Phillips.
Phillips is definitely in trouble. Maybe they eat the money that they owed Javon Carter, but I don't think the Bulls do anything with Io unless they're high on him, and other teams are high on him too. This might be the time that the Chicago Bulls are actually playing hardball and expecting to get a nice return on their investment if they do trade somebody like Io.
Uh-huh.
You think? Okay, hold on. My man said, I believe Giddey's comp is Luka Doncic, but Giddey is better than Luka. Josh Giddey is a great defender. Bro, you
Great.
trolling. You
Yeah.
trolling. Like, come on, bro. You
You
gotta
just
be
you
trolling.
just said 3 lies.
Like, what are we talking about here? To say that Josh Giddey is better than Luka Doncic, or to even say
The
them in the
comp,
same
the comp is the
right,
first lie. That's the first
right.
lie. I mean, he ain't nothing like.
Like, what are we talking about, bro? Somebody is on not even shrooms, but buddy on salvia or DMT. Like, what you doing
Toad back.
them anxiety? Like, you licked the toad. Dennis Schroeder is signing with the Kings. He's actually signing with the Kings. Shout out to him. Shout out to Dennis Schroeder
They
for
trying to get that deal done with both of them now.
you might see because Russell Westbrook is from the California area, so
Yeah, they looking at Russ too. Yeah.
so that's gonna be cool. But yeah, I think Javon Carter's more in danger of being up out of there. Jason Terry up out of there. I'm not Jason. Dalen Terry is up out of there as well. But buddy, that said that Luka Doncic and I don't
Drugs.
even man, bro. You doing Eye of Newt like you drinking some witch's brew. What's wrong with you, fam? The Lakers are focused on Brooke Lopez. You think there's an opportunity for us to get Aiden? And how would you feel? Not my most ideal center, but with AK targeting youth with experience, he fits the mold. The only thing I would like about Aiden is that he would be a lob threat. But go ahead, bro.
Kevin Porter Jr. is going back to Milwaukee on an $11 million deal, 2-year deal.
Yeah.
Surprised he's still in the league.
I'm not.
I mean, I'm not, but I am.
He's a solid piece. He's a guy.
He ain't got nothing to do with his talent.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what he did, but good for him for getting this contract. Man, Malik Beasley, bro, that's still blowing me because I didn't know what was being talked about.
That guy is so fast, it's not even funny, bro. Like, I was like, dang. It was reported, and next thing you know, they got his ass.
I mean, bro, like, I just don't understand. Like, I know gambling is an addiction. You still there? I think we just lost Steve-O. But yeah, I know to the chat, I know gambling is an addiction. Steve-O, is that me or you? Oh, there you go. Because you choppy right now, bro. You there? Am I tweaking chat or is Steve O choppy right now? Say Dalen and Javon could get us 2 pizza puffs and a honey bun. That's hilarious. The Bulls have not done anything, Gio. Not a thing. Yes, V Dog. I think that's a good pickup. It's honestly like a lateral move in a sense, except that Cam Johnson gives you more defense than Michael Porter Jr. did. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, Golden Arms. I know what you're talking about. Oh yeah, I did think he did freeze. I thought it was me. I thought I was tweaking for a second. But yeah, back to the Tre Jones signing. Let's look at his stats with the Bulls. He only played a couple of games with the Bulls last season before he got hurt. So yeah, Gio, that's what the Bulls did. They re-signed Tre Jones, and then before he got hurt, I got to go back a little bit more. Because he was hurt like in March. But he did give the Bulls good stats. Hold on, let me go to ESPN. Boom, boom, boom. The games that he played, the last 5 games he played for Chicago Bulls, he gave you 18 points and 6 assists, 19 points, 6 assists, 18 points and 12 assists, 12 points and 9 assists, 15.7 assists, and he give you rebounds too, and a couple of steals. In that stretch, he had 3, 6, 7, 8 steals as well. So he was averaging about 17 points, 8 assists, 5 rebounds, and 2 steals a game in the last 5 games he played for the Bulls before he got hurt. So Tre Jones is huge, definitely huge for the Chicago Bulls backcourt. I'm not sure why you choppy like that, Steve-O, but okay. Giddey 5-year, 165 million. Oh, I don't see nothing. Malik Beasley has been doing bonehead stuff since he was with the Timberwolves. Nas Reed was never an option, I don't think. 5-year, 165 million is not going to happen for Josh Giddey, but they could be. Listen, these guys are playing hardball with the Bulls because I guarantee you other teams are trying to get Josh Giddey to come play for them. He's young, um, he's definitely serviceable, and he's not just a role player. So I'm expecting the Bulls to have to go, dig a little deeper into their pocketbooks if they want to keep him. We got Bruce Brown back with the Nuggets. Bruce Brown with a 1-year deal with the Nuggets, the one team that he did anything of repute with. Giddey's D improved 100% this season. You got to say pause when you say something like that, but I can't say 100%. He did get better. He did get better. Let me see though, real quick, because the numbers matter. As far as steals this season, he averaged 1.2 steals a game. It's not bad for somebody for his because for his career, he he's averaged less than a steal a game. In the season right before coming to the Bulls, he averaged 0.6 steals per game. So he is in a situation where he doubled his steal output. So yeah, you're right, 100%. Bruce Brown is returning to the Denver Nuggets on that run with 1-year deal, according to Shams. And you are right. Josh Giddey did get better defensively last year. Giddey can't play D, so you need P. Willie on that court to back him up from behind. You got to say pause on that one as well. I have a feeling we're going to make another trade for some reason. PBN, we'll see what happens there. But so far, the Chicago Bulls have only re-signed Tre Jones. If you guys are just joining us, it's your boy Big Kev holding it down for a special free agency edition of Chicago Bulls Central, as well as NBA Central and Tandem. If you're not following NBA Central, just open another tab. Go on over there, follow NBA Central. We do good work over there. Hayes been holding it down through all the trades and everything that's been happening for the last couple of weeks. Follow the rest of the Chi-Town Sports family. Just type in your favorite Chicago sports team and follow the whole family. Why not? You got Chicago Bull Central, Bear Central, Sky Central, Blackhawk Central, Cubs Central, White Sox Central, Fighting Illini Central, NBA Central, NFL Central, and then you got the Shy Bulls podcast with the Cognac Boys, C Dub and Bobby. So while we're waiting to hear news about the Chicago Bulls, take the time out of your day to follow the rest of the Chi-Town Sports family. Oh yeah, Chi-Town Sports Central. All the different channels that we do, we put in work across all sports. Chicago Sky Central. Your girl Angel Reese is on a major tear right now, averaging 15 plus rebounds a game over her last 4 games, as well as putting up points and assists. And it's not just me bounds for y'all that's already ready to hate in the comments. Can they buy out Javon and Terry? Dalen Terry, I think he's the Bulls can turn down his option. I think they have the rights to like just let him go outright, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll see. Or did they already opt in? Let me see what happened with Dalen Terry real quick. I think I saw some news over the last couple of weeks with him. Kevon Looney is going to the New Orleans Pelicans on a 2-year, $16 million deal. Oh wow, that's actually shocking to me. I thought Kevon Looney was going to be one of them forever Golden State Warriors. That is crazy. That is crazy. What's up, dude? The Bulls are not expected to re-sign Dalen Terry, so they got the right to just let him go. Say what's up to the gang.
What's up?
You hungry? You sure? What's wrong? All right, just want to say what up. I never thought I would see him lead. I'm telling you, I never thought I would see him. If we trade Coby, this team will be unwatchable the next couple of seasons. I felt like that when they traded, what's his name? When they traded Zach LaVine. Since the Bulls signed Tre Jones, does that mean Ayo is expendable? I don't think so. I think it makes Dalen Terry. He's probably not going to be back. I'm not sure about Ayo though. I think Ayo, the Bulls still favor him, and unless they get wild away, they get blown away with a trade opportunity here, they're not going to be getting rid of him. Let's see. I honestly would be worried if Josh Giddey was unrestricted, but they are going to match everything, to be honest. Yeah, Looney leaving is crazy. Hey, what's up, Jonathan? Hey, you own to something right there. Oh yeah, man. I love the Red Hot Chili Peppers. You own to something right there. Letting Looney leave could open the door for the Chicago Bulls to trade Nikola Vucevic, put him in sign a trade with Kuminga. What up, my guy? I just saw y'all live
What's the
over there.
word?
Saw you.
Yeah.
What's up? What up?
What's the word, man? It's getting active now. It was a slow start, but now it's getting a little active, bro.
Oh yeah.
The most thing I want to talk about is a shout out to the Bulls for doing the layup and signing Tre Jones. That just had to happen. Kevon Looney, man, he's not a Golden State Warrior no more, bro.
That's weird, ain't it, bro?
That's weird.
And you know what's crazy? Kevon Looney was a beast. He's one of those dudes that was a beast in high school, right?
Right.
And then he comes to the league, he does his job. He's a multi-time champion with the Golden State Warriors over the last 10 years. I think he's gotten 3 championships with them. Listen, he had to go get that bag because Golden State wasn't going to pay him $8 million a year, and they're looking to upgrade at center as well. This could be a chance for the Bulls to swoop in and send Vooch that way.
Now, D'Angelo Russell to the Mavericks.
That's big,
man, bro. I don't know. I don't know about that.
It's just a stopgap. They just putting them out there until Kyrie Irving get back.
Okay, that makes sense to me. You're right about that. I think he would do. Yeah, you're right about that. In that role, this is a good deal. That's why I didn't want to think about it right away. But that's a good ass deal right there to get him to hold him down for like one season at least to the end of the season. They say Kyrie might play in January, so we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the Bulls haven't done anything major with Josh Giddey, and right now that's kind of like the silence is deafening right there on that one right there, fellas. Like, why are the Bulls dragging their feet, or are we in a situation where you have Giddy's camp trying to get all the pennies and coins that they can for this young man, and on a 5-year deal, 35 million, 40 million, even. Like, what are they saying on their side? Can the two sides come to an agreement there?
Yeah, it's just I just think that's bartering with each other, bro. They gonna get a deal done. I think there's no other place for Josh Giddey. The only place with money is Brooklyn. And I don't think Brooklyn has showed any interest. If it's behind the scenes, then I'm not behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? I'm just fanned out. So with what I'm going with, I'm saying a deal's gonna be done with Josh Giddey. I want to talk about the Nuggets and how fucked they are. They went and signed Bruce Brown Jr. again. They like 1 year late, or like 2 years late. You should have never let him go in the first place.
Yep.
And now you get rid of Michael Porter Jr. for Cam Johnson. Good luck. It's over with for Denver.
I think the Cam Johnson move wasn't a bad one.
He doesn't have the experience that Michael Porter Jr. has. I think Michael Porter Jr. is a better player than Cam Johnson. I don't know if they trying to blame Michael Porter Jr. for their shortcomings, but I guess.
I think Cam more consistent.
Hit your mic, bro.
I had to reset everything.
It's all good.
The only thing we could go by is his Phoenix because you can't even notice. You don't even notice that shit he was doing in Brooklyn. That shit don't matter. It was a bad team. And Phoenix, that's when he was more consistent. That's what you mean, Steve?
Look at this. That's why I do look at what he do in Brooklyn. Playing on bad teams tells you a lot about a player. And the fact that he was still able to put up some of the same numbers that he did in Phoenix just shows you're getting a consistent player. Like when it comes to MPJ, like I said, he has that bag in him where he's almost thought to be the KD of the next generation. Where he's about to go, you're gonna see him have ample opportunity to put up the shots that he wants. And you were starting to see him not just become a person in the corner, which is what they needed him to be. So what they need him to be, he's no longer that no more.
And I feel Cam Johnson gonna play better defense too.
Yeah, that Cam is a more 3-and-D, and he's gonna do what they want him to do: stand in the corner, be ready to shoot.
So you think they got better with this move besides Michael Porter Jr.?
No, I think they got. It was more like
same.
a
It's
lateral
about
move.
it's an equal value to me.
Okay.
They both shoot about 40% from three. I think Michael Porter Jr. is the better rebounder, but I feel like Cam Johnson is the better defender.
Yeah, they kind of equal out.
Chris Haynes, V-Dog just said, Luke Cornett just signed a 4-year, $41 million deal with the San Antonio Spurs to back up Victor Wembanyama out there. That's crazy because remember when Luke Cornett was on the Chicago Bulls just doing nothing?
Congratulations.
Shout out to him. He's an NBA champion, and now he got a little bit of a bag to secure wealth for him and his family. Not bad at that. Mad at that at all. Chris Haynes, according to V-Dog, just said on NBA TV, there continues to be ongoing discussions surrounding Vooch with the Heat. The Miami Heat headed back down to Florida and a couple of other suitors. And I'm thinking about that, like Duncan Robinson decided that he didn't want to stay with the Heat, maybe a sign and trade with the Duncan Robinson. Like, what would the Chicago Bulls look for?
I don't want the shooter now.
I don't want him now.
I'm just trying to figure out what the Bulls look at from the Heat.
I'm thinking.
I don't want nobody because if they
Khalil Ware?
No, Khalil Ware going into his second year. There you
how you come here beauty?
You said what I like from the Heat. I mean, I like Khalil Ware.
Yeah, but for Vooch, though, realistic.
You can like them all you want.
I mean, he asked, "What do we see?"
Dub, Dub was shooting his shot at the baddest girl in the class. I like her.
Oh, that's a for sure.
We still can't hear you, big dog.
Can't hear you, Hayes.
Still can't hear you. Luke Cornett signing that deal. That's big for him, man. I wouldn't trade. I wouldn't even work with the Heat. The Heat are the Chicago Bulls play-in nemesis right now. So,
right, just for him to kill our ass in the play-in.
Right.
Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah, you good. There you go. What up, Brody?
What's going on? I was saying shooters shoot, but people they out there getting paid. No. You still in the drive. I gotta get ready to do Bleach Report in a second. So you still in the driver's seat, big cat.
Okay.
I just wanted to come show my face while I was setting this up.
People was looking for your face. Where's Hayes? Who is this
Well,
guy
of
with the
course, because I'm the face, of course.
Big Drip in the building. Look, man, we definitely been holding it down for you for 90 minutes, man. Glad to see you here. How you feeling about some of the moves so far?
Bro, this has been pretty, like, people are getting paid. Of course, Jaren Jackson Jr. got paid, which is good. So, I mean, I feel like there's been a lot of smart deals to go down. Some that I didn't expect, some that I did expect. But I think overall, like, this free agency is like every free agency. You got to expect the unexpected, man. I need to know what they're going to do about the tampering for D'Angelo Russell, the fact that his deal got announced last night. The Michael Porter Jr. trade, though, with the Denver Nuggets, that's a great trade for them. Because Michael Porter Jr. started declining for them. Cam Johnson can come in and do a lot of the same things, a little bit younger, doesn't have kind of the injury history that he has. I love that move for the Denver Nuggets to get Cam Johnson in there. I like that a whole lot, to be 100% honest with you.
How you feel about Looney leaving the Golden State Warriors and what that could mean for Vucevic?
I mean, I don't know what to say about the Golden State Warriors. Like, I've never been super high on Kevon Looney. But, I mean, maybe that does mean that they do pivot to Vooch. We haven't really heard much about the Jonathan Kuminga thing since the free agency open. I think a lot of the restricted free agents are probably not going to hear a lot about them until after the first wave of free agency. So we'll see what happens there.
You feel like this tax apron is causing a lot of, like, slow movement on that front?
Absolutely. The second tax apron is like that. I say, look, this is going to be the new thing, not only just for teams but look at it this way. If you're a team, like, and we haven't seen this happen yet, but I think we're going to start seeing it, maybe even some of this season, definitely next season. If you're a team that's in the second tax apron and you have a restricted free agent, and now I come and offer your restricted free agent a deal that's going to put you over the second tax apron, you got to think long and hard if you're going to keep that guy. Because if you do re-sign him, great, you keep your guy, but now you lose your mid-level exception. You can't aggregate salaries and trades. And is losing that flexibility worth it if you're not a surefire championship team? That's what teams are going to have to start. Like, the second tax apron is going to start being a tool. I think a lot of teams are going to use a lot of different ways, to be 100% honest with you.
And the last question for you, big dog, because somebody asked this earlier and I couldn't answer it honestly, so I left it for you. You think the Bulls will do anything with their trade exceptions? Don't they get $20+ million in exceptions?
So they have two separate. You can't combine them. They have a $17 million exception and a $3 million exception. Typically, the Bulls have not used their exceptions because it would have pushed them into the luxury tax. The Bulls are $46 million below the luxury tax. That's after Josh Giddey, because part of that counts as cap hold, which is $25 million. So even if he signs for $30 million, you're still looking at over $30 million.
Clint Capella to the Rockets on a 3-year, $21.5 million deal.
They are making sure they got all the defense.
Joe,
going for it.
They already got Kate. Who was that? They just signed Dorian Finney-Smith,
which is a great acquisition for them. So like I think that the Bulls have it. This is the best chance ever for them to use. If they don't use it now, there has to be now we don't have any open roster spots. We have no open roster spots. Now we re-signed Tre Jones. That was our one. We're done. So unless we're making a trade, which if they do, it allows you to absorb one of the players in the trade into your trade exception, so the Bulls can't take a lopsided trade. We'll see.
What about Dalen Terry though? They're not expected to re-sign him with that open roster spot.
What do you mean? They already extended his 5th-year option. He's under contract next year.
I thought I saw that. I saw that like a month ago.
They did that in like the middle of last season. They didn't even do it this offseason. They did that in the middle of last season. They went ahead and guaranteed his 5th-year option. So
okay, well, shout out to him. I still don't think he's gonna be with the team though.
Listen, his contract's like $4.5 million. It's easy to throw in on something else if you need to do so. Mm-hmm. But I'm gonna go knock out Bleacher Report. I'm gonna do like 10, 12 minutes over there, and I'll be back to holler at y'all. All right.
Yes, sir. Hayes with an appearance for those of you.
Karis LeVert agrees to 2-year, $29 million with the Detroit Pistons.
Okay. That's not bad for the Pistons, especially considering that they're not going to have Malik Beasley next year. Well, maybe, depending on if what they're saying is true about him. LeVert's not necessarily the three-point shooter that he was or that he is, but he's a proven veteran. He can score the basket. He's a smooth player. He can get to the basket as well. That's good for the Pistons, man. The Detroit Pistons are one of those sleeper teams in the Eastern Conference that can sneak their way into the top 6, top 5 again and go to the playoffs and push somebody to 6 or 7 games in the first round, depending on who they play.
Well, this gives them another asset that they didn't have last year. They had like one shot creator, and that was the point guard, Cade Cunningham. This guy right here is gonna be another shot creator they can put out
Don't
there.
forget
That can
that
make
Jaden
big plays.
Ivey missed most of last season
He
too.
did.
He's
He
gonna
did.
come back.
He did. He did.
He's another one of those shot creators that they need on that squad.
Uh, okay, yeah, at a lesser level. At a lesser level, he's not like Cade Cunningham
Yeah, the number one
and Karis
overall
LeVert
draft pick.
and
Absolutely
Karis
not.
LeVert and Karis LeVert.
LeVert was a top 5 pick too, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, Jaden Ivey's he's gonna be he's gonna factor into their plans next season in a big way, for real, if he's healthy. People are still talking about Turner. I think they're talking about Turner from Indiana. Your boy, T-Dub, Miles Turner.
Oh, I expect Indiana. They can't lose Turner, bro. I expect Indiana to do whatever they could to keep Turner. Is that what you asking?
Yeah, I mean, like a lot of people are saying that the Chicago Bulls should be looking at him. Other teams are definitely looking for his services. He's going to want a
course.
bag.
Yeah.
He's going to want a bag. Do the Indiana Pacers throw the money at him and keep him, or does he take a discount to stay with a team that went from the Eastern Conference Finals to the Finals in back-to-back years, or does he go out and chase the money?
They better sign him. I think he is the Indiana Pacers along with Halliburton and all those guys. All of them are one. Like you're gonna have to keep them, or I think they lose a lot as far as culture. Miles Turner means a lot to that team and that group that they have going on right there. They've been through a lot, trials and tribulations. Now, if he's going to take less money to make sure that he stay there, I don't know. I don't know the man. What I know is his game, and it fits well with the Indiana Pacers. That's who they is, and they probably could have won a championship if not for unfortunate events.
Yeah, they definitely was right on the verge. So we don't know. You know, shout out to OKC for pulling it out though. Indiana still had their chances. They was up at halftime.
Yeah.
Listen, free agency moves right now. The Bulls got to do signing trades. That's where they at right now. They got to do signing trades. That's about as far as they can go.
My man say Bulls are gonna be 6 seed. That's what I like to hear when I come into the stream.
Over who though?
Shit, it don't matter over who. They gonna be 6th.
In what way though? Like let's be realistic. We could be hopeful or delusional.
Who's delusional? Don't call Jerry delusional.
We're gonna be delusional. I'm saying, like in your own division, you're the worst team in your division by far.
What the fuck?
Who
in the division? Name the teams.
Milwaukee Bucks.
Okay.
Cleveland Cavaliers.
Mm-hmm.
Indiana Pacers.
Mm-hmm.
That's our division right there.
It's only 4 teams. I thought it was
Detroit Pistons.
More of the story.
We're not better than any of those. We're not better than Detroit, Milwaukee, Indiana, or Cleveland. That's 4 teams that's better than us already in our division.
Let's see. Bro said we making 6 seed.
I'm just saying how. That's all I want to know.
He said by playing basketball.
Show your work. This is long division right here.
By playing basketball,
right?
By playing basketball, how else?
The Bulls have been a play-in team 3 years in a row. Like they are not going to be a 6 seed, bro. I don't see it. But hopefully you're right, bro. And tell me the winning.
In a roster,
tell me the winning lottery numbers while you at it, real quick, so I can go play.
Yeah, so I can start working.
Oh, my mama.
Damn, y'all don't think Turner can get 30?
30 million. Easy. How old is Turner, bro?
In his 20s. Late 20s.
In his prime.
Come on, late 20s. He definitely 30 something. No, he's 29. You're right.
What I say? Late 20s.
Yeah, he. Hey, look, this is last chance. And I heard you. I said you right. Glad.
What the hell?
I think this is his last chance to get the 30 if he gonna get it.
Damn, why y'all? What the fuck? Y'all act like Miles Turner is a bad player or something. He one of the best centers in the league.
Man, if y'all don't say Giddy,
teams are being way more frugal, though. Those big contracts it's tougher for people to sign those big old contracts. Like now, it's just tougher. Teams ain't got the bread. I was just looking at the salary caps and everybody's salary cap in the negative.
Yeah, you're right about that. The teams are strapped for cash around this.
Like everybody,
unless you want to play for Brooklyn, they got some money.
Utah Jazz got negative 15 million. And they the number 1 cap space.
I wonder what's taking so long with the Giddy. What they arguing over? It's probably the money. It's got to be the money. Like How much? Bulls probably shortchanging him, trying to go for like 25 or something.
He's not going for that, and the Bulls are going to look up and have traded Alex Caruso for nothing. If they don't play their cards right, they will have traded Alex Caruso for nothing. Oh yeah, I would sign Jackson Hayes. I wouldn't mind having Jackson Hayes, but we don't have a roster spot for him, so we have to move off of.
I don't know if we need.
Oh,
I
hit
don't
that
want Jackson Hayes
knucklehead.
in the team.
We'll have to move. We have to move off Smith for Collins. So,
and we'll have to sign this nigga up for the Audi home. And
he got emotional. He can't contain his emotions, bro.
That's hilarious.
I don't want to say nothing more, but
when these Chicago shorties,
Jerry Mo,
how can slice his ass up?
How can you say that if the Bulls trade Vooch and P. Will, we can be a playoff team based on what? Oh, for Miles Turner? I still don't see it. You trading 20 and 10 and a block a game and P. Will. For Miles Turner, Miles Turner's numbers are all different from Vucevic's. Frankly, like besides him being a better defender, he's definitely not a better offensive player than Vooch.
He could do everything Vooch do. Everything.
Yeah, to a lesser extent.
He could do everything Vooch do, and that's better. And you know what's the kicker? He's a
lob
elite
threat
defender. He's an elite defender.
And he's a lob threat. That's the best thing, is that he can actually jump.
The best for me is he's an elite defender.
Yeah, I'll give you that. He's an elite defender. But offensively, he's not an absolute upgrade over Vooch, in my opinion.
He got to be an upgrade. He got to be he competent. He's competent. He can get you about 15 to 17 points.
Yeah.
That's good.
And like 6 or 7 rebounds.
Yeah.
So
leave Coby. He telling Coby to leave. Tre reminds me of Brunson and will be a late bloomer. Who you talking about? You talking about Tre Jones? Peter Nutt?
You saying that he gonna have a Trey Brunson type of ascension? I don't think. I mean,
he's not that type of player.
Jalen Brunson. I don't think so, bro. Like
he's not that type of player.
He could if you giving him 40 minutes a night, maybe, but he's not gonna get 40 minutes a night to even try to prove that he can be a Brunson type of player.
But he's not that type of player. He's he's a fundamental player. Like everything he does in a game of basketball is fundamentally. Like he's not finna overdo anything. He gonna shoot the correct shots. He gonna make the right pass. He one of them ballers. Y'all see them ballers, bro.
And he gonna play defense.
He gonna play D. He does everything good.
Trying to flop his way to money, bro.
Turner or Ayton? That's a good question. I'll take Turner.
Give me Turner easily.
Absolutely. We need defense at our center position. Absolutely. Tatum, Hallie, and Dame probably out the season. The Bulls should get the 6th seed. I don't see no problem with that. I don't see no problem with that.
So right now the Brooklyn Nets got 11 cap space. So that gives the Bulls in it. So now the Bulls can't. The Nets can't really force Josh Giddey away from the Bulls now that they didn't sign who they've signed in Brooklyn. So Michael Porter Jr. trade actually helped the Bulls.
Listen to this starting lineup: Giddey, Ayo, Noah, Montes, and Kelly and Hayes, the big center from the Lakers.
Noah is not starting, bro. What are we talking about here? They're
eventually he will.
This season they will not be putting in a 18-year-old Frenchman with no jump shot, with no jumper. That? Yes, absolutely.
At no point,
nigga. No.
Why? Logic.
He can't shoot
because he's 18.
What does that mean?
The only reason Montes even started to see the floor, because Montes wasn't even getting out there.
That's why he get the floor.
No. Because they put him in the G League and made him work on certain things. Joe, come on, dog.
It don't matter how old you are. If you're the better player, you're gonna
play. Because it's 3 other motherfuckers that could do the similar type thing as Montes besides shooting. That's why.
Exactly. Once he started shooting and playing defense, he started playing basketball. Like that's we love Montes. We were wondering why he wasn't playing. The reason why he wasn't playing is they wanted him to get more reps in the G League and get used to playing
Oh,
NBA
okay. I see what's
basketball.
going on. I see what y'all going on. Y'all going with their logic, with the Chicago Bulls logic. That's what
Yes,
y'all going.
the
I
Bulls.
disagree with their logic. I think they was boneheaded for that. They should have started the kid in the beginning
But
of the season.
we're talking about what the Chicago Bulls are
Yeah.
going to do. Noah is
Oh,
not
okay.
going to be
Okay.
starting
I
for the
thought that was
Chicago Bulls.
y'all take. Okay, my
Nah,
fault.
it is
I
our
think
take is based on what the Bulls do. That's what I'm saying.
they should start the kid in the
Right.
beginning of the season. Let him get experience.
But they
That's what I
won't.
would do.
I'm
They
not.
will not. He's not going to
I,
start in front of Julian Phillips.
I'm not starting no 18-year-old 12th pick.
He's not
He
starting in
playing.
front of.
He. What if he played professional games already?
He has played professional games
Bro,
already.
it's a difference between he ain't playing France, he playing in
And what
Germany.
shots did you
Professional
see him
league.
shoot, bro?
Professional league, yes. They're not the top professional
No, they
league.
not. This the NBA,
German
the
is
top
not.
professional league. What the hell are you talking about?
It's it's France, then you got Australia, then you got Europe.
I'm
German is
not.
not like German's like
I'm
fourth
not
on that
even saying
fourth or
who's
fifth on
better or
that.
nothing, Steve. I'm just saying he got
He played
experience in
professional.
But
professional
that
He
league.
matters.
played professional.
That matters. It'll be different if Lonzo Lamelo didn't go to Australia. If he went to goddamn Germany, it'd been different. Australia has great comp.
Okay.
But I get what you're saying, Dub. There's a chance that he will end up starting. I don't think Julian Phillips is trash, Rich
No. Who
7317
said he trash?
in the comments. But I will say this. Noah, it's also a position thing for him. They got other people in front of him on the roster right now.
Like who?
Julian Phillips. What are we talking about? He's in front of him. And Julian Phillips is
You think he
proving
better
that
than Noah right now?
he can hit the corner three, Dub. Like we talking about
He
modern
said he can hit the
NBA.
corner three,
We talking about modern NBA. You can't just get by on being athletic. You got to be able to go
of
ahead.
course.
It's a lot of motherfuckers.
You got to be able to do
athletic.
certain things at a high enough clip. Buddy got to get some type of jump shot. Watching highlights of Noah is all dunks.
That's what
It's
I'm
just
saying.
all dunks.
And that's what somebody said it in the thing. France got better comp than Germany. If he played in France, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
We'll see, because y'all got y'all opinion. We just agree to disagree. I think he plays in the beginning of the season.
Ain't nothing to disagree
Y'all
about.
saying he won't. I'm gonna play him. I don't
But
give a
we
damn if he's 17.
We're talking about the
Bro,
Bulls, though.
okay, if he does, this motherfucker winning rookie of the
Listen,
year.
it's
Damn,
got.
why you
It's,
say,
we
damn,
basing it on the Bulls.
Why you
Just-
saying that?
If you're saying, bro, you're saying the 18-year-old Frenchman is going to start early for the Chicago Bulls, that means he's going to be up there with the rest
What
of
up,
the top
Brody? The
rookies.
Bulls
He should.
re-signed.
He would've
They
drafted 12.
re-signed Tre Jones.
No, he
They
should. He
re-signed
12.
That's all they did was Tre Jones. That's all the Bulls did. Before we move off of this topic of Noah, just think about the history of the Bulls rookies over the last few years. Your boy Ayo, we thought he should have been playing. The Bulls didn't play him until they absolutely were forced to due to injury. Dalen Terry had to work his way into the lineup. Montes had to work his way into the lineup. Patrick Williams had to work his way into the lineup as well. I don't think Noah's any different, is all I'm saying, based on how the Bulls do things. That's all. That's
Okay.
all.
I see. And that's respectable.
In 2K, he would be starting put him
No, I think he starts this year. I think he starts.
We'll see though. He is a
Yeah,
lottery
we'll
pick.
see.
So we'll hopefully, because I wanted Queen. Queen was sitting right there. Derek Queen, what's his name? Derek Queen.
Yeah, that's Derek Queen. They had no intentions.
I wasn't even the biggest fan of him, but when he was right there,
wanted
there was
him
no
to,
choice.
man. I wanted them to grab Derek Queen. He was there. He was right there for the taking. He was projected top 5 for a lot of players, for a lot of teams, but it is what it is. The Bulls picked up who they picked up, and hopefully he turns out to be a great player. If you're just joining us on the free agency episode of Chicago Bulls Central and / NBA Central, it's your boy Big Kev holding it down for your boy Hayes. We got Steve-O Speaks and C-Dub in the building. Bobby taking care of some business, making his future brighter.
Don't y'all say I don't ever work for y'all at my motherfucking
Look,
mouth.
do the wire.
Nigga, I was sounding like that nigga so much. I was sounding just like that nigga earlier when
I
they
drink
got
a boost for breakfast, an issue for dessert.
Hey, shout out to Tre Jones though, bro. Shout out to Tre Jones, bro.
So
I
yeah,
gave him no love.
Chicago Bulls. For Chicago Bulls news, they did re-sign Tre Jones to a 3-year extension.
Brooke Lopez to the Clippers.
Brooke Lopez to the.
Damn, that's a good one. That's a big ass.
Yes, it
that's nice.
is.
And he stretches the floor for them.
And they still
They
got
still got,
still
I ain't
got
seen nothing.
Batum.
They still got Zubox.
They still got Batum too.
That's
They
cheap.
re-signed Nicholas Batum as well.
They
So-
re-signed Harden for the 2 years.
Yep, Harden is still there.
Hold on. Somebody said Lakers. You said Clippers. Which
got
one
Was
is
it the Lakers or the Clippers?
I
I
got
haven't seen
Clippers.
anything.
I'm looking at it. Clippers.
Okay. Hey, Houston's made a lot of big moves today in free agency as well.
I see Clippers.
Yeah, I see it in the chat. They're saying that Brooke Lopez.
Wow, they going big then. They want to get bigger, huh?
Oh, my bad, Essential. I thought P. Will was a 6 man. Was that his second year when they was bringing him off the bench then? If he started
first and second.
he said he started every game as a rookie. That's what Essential
Did he?
just did.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I don't
but
remember to
I
tell
could
you the
be
truth. I
off.
think he came off the bench.
I thought he was.
Hey, do Bradley Beal get traded?
No.
Nah, he ain't nobody taking that contract.
You think he's gonna get traded?
No way.
No.
Jalen Green gets traded before Bradley Beal.
Oh
Yeah.
hell, of course. Yeah, of course. If you a team what team are you going to get Jalen Green?
I think he needs to be exiled to
Exiled
to
at
get
21 years
matured.
old. What?
So you know what that means? I'm sending his
Nah,
ass.
I know what he mean. He need to be by himself.
He needs to be by his fucking self.
Like if Ace won there, I wanted him in Utah.
He needs his
Not gonna
own,
lie.
for he could just do whatever, bro, and just learn.
Or get him a running mate that makes sense.
Man, so you saying what's their situation looking like on the bad teams, like the Washington Wizards? Like they just got rid of Jordan Poole and picked up CJ McConnell. Maybe he can go to the Washington Wizards.
Washington would be good for him.
But I can't really think of too many other teams. The Toronto Raptors.
That'll be good for him too. That'd be good over there. I like him over there. The Toronto Raptors. Who else was trash?
Nets
Brooklyn
was
Nets.
trash too. They just got rid of Cam Johnson. They might need another body over there.
Him and Cam Thomas gonna fight day one.
And they gonna move Cam Thomas ass because he ain't Jalen Green.
Hell, I ain't even gonna lie to you. If I'm Miami,
Would you see him as a Miami Heat coached player?
Peace move. What corner? What corner is Pat Williams about to turn?
Think he can do it?
Is he driving right now? He's about to turn the corner.
If anybody can turn him, is Miami. That's my thought process.
That's a dice. That's a roll of the dice.
It's a dice.
Yeah.
It's a dice.
Anybody?
That's a dice. Anybody
still believing that Pat Williams is about to turn the corner?
You see, I'm trying to ignore that.
I ignored it too. Why you
like? Why is you still trying to go there?
Give me a headache again, bro? I've been having a headache for 5 years, bro.
Right. This dude right here been smoking crack the whole podcast. Like we
talk about the corner. The only corner that motherfucker know about is the corner where the tulips at, where they grow at.
That mog is about to listen to one of Common best songs, The Corner.
Oh, my mama.
That's what he doing. I wish I could give you this feeling. That's what he doing.
That nigga look like he sit on the corner and listen. I'm cool like that. I'm cool like that.
Oh my mama.
Does Milwaukee become a potential landing spot for Vucevic now that Lopez is gone? It's potential. That's a good thought.
And
I wouldn't do it. But I would do it.
Who would do it? The Bulls wouldn't do it, or Milwaukee wouldn't do it? Which
I wouldn't do it.
I would do it if I'm the Bulls.
Because I don't want to see Vucevic come kill us 4 games a
nigga, I gotta see this nigga. I gotta play them 6 times a year.
You can score and you can do anything you want to Vuce. He ain't finna do shit, bro.
We ain't got nobody to score.
Shit, go to the hole. He ain't gonna anchor the hole. He ain't gonna anchor the paint.
He averaged a block a game last year.
That ain't our game. Our game.
Shit, ain't nobody scared of Vuce. Y'all talking about we don't want to.
He averaged a block a game last year. So.
Ain't about scared of Vuce. I'm scared of Vuce on the offensive
side. He gonna get the Bulls 30. Look at what Carter be doing in Orlando. Every time he see the Bulls, that nigga all-star. Every time, bro.
Every time, bro.
Go give us 30 or 10. We're gonna be sitting
I
here.
refuse. I
Yeah, we good.
refuse to just be like, we are stuck with Vooch. I'm not saying that until I have to say it. He
I'm
has
going
to go.
I'm gonna stick with you. Hey, flower power. That dude, that's what he do. He stand on the corner saying that. He be on the he be
Flower
at
power.
the in the intersection on Saturday Night and Stony talking about some flower power.
No, that nigga be at fucking he be at conventions.
Is it flower conventions, bro?
He be passing shirts out.
Hey, flower conventions is crazy. He be like, you know, the best dirt for your flowers.
Yeah. Q said he could score
You
on
gotta
Vooch. Yeah.
you know you gotta mix cow shit with your manure. Like,
Hey,
bro, what the
6'1",
fuck are you
240 pounds. I doubt you can score on Vooch, though. I don't believe it.
Anybody could score on Vooch. Bobby
No,
Portis
they can't, bro.
was yes.
Jokic can't even score on Vooch consistently.
Yeah, he did average a block a game last year.
No, Vooch ain't got nothing for you, Jokic.
What are you talking about? He's literally the best guarder of Jokic in the
Yeah,
league.
he the Joker stopper.
Like legitimately.
The Joker stopper.
if like Jokic literally only averages like 13 and 9 against Nikola Vucevic. It's crazy. It's way down from what
that
he
shit
averages.
sound unbelievable.
Bro, I'm dead ass serious. Now I think he went off like 30 points last game. So the average, hold on, I'll get it up exactly. Give me 1 second.
Man,
Vooch is below trash on defense. So I know Joker can get off.
hey,
He's really
somebody
not,
did
bro.
point out Josh Giddey did like double his steals last season. He went from 0.6 steals a game to 1.2 steals a game last season versus the Bulls.
Josh Giddey definitely got better defensively at the end of I ain't saying he's some fucking lockdown.
So against Nikola Vucevic, against Nikola Vucevic, Nikola Jokic averaged 15 points, 10 rebounds, and 8 assists. Still almost a triple-double. When you talk about somebody who averages almost 30, 10, and 10 for their career, that's a pretty big difference there,
that
my
shit
boy.
is nuts to me.
Does
Bro.
Hayes' mic
Taking
sound
it
a little off
easy
to
on
y'all?
Vooch.
It sounds off? What does it sound off? Off how?
It just sounds a little
cool.
low.
It's
Yeah, a
low?
little
Okay,
low.
hold on.
I was just wondering
they
if
be
it was
doing
just
that shit. Like every time it
Yeah, because if he turn it up, it's gonna start.
No, that's on the
ringing
different
sound.
computer. It doesn't make the ringing sound.
There you go. You good now?
Yeah, it just I don't know why. Hold on. Is it changed on automatic? Nah, we should be good now.
Hey, you might be able to score on Vooch. I'm just, I'm in team Vooch today. People talking about Vooch like he's chopped liver, bro, and
he's not, bro.
Defensively, to me, he's chopped liver.
yeah, but defensively, even when Vooch is motivated,
Bro, we knew
we
that
didn't sign him to be good.
he was at
Exactly. We didn't
USC.
sign him to be good defensively.
I didn't know he was this bad.
He's giving you 20 and 10, bro, and he's still giving you.
You did
And he's
what?
still
I
giving
mean, he
you,
played for Orlando. What the fuck?
bro.
I ain't
He's
watched a
shooting
lot of
40%.
games.
He shot 42% from 3 last season. It still gave you a block a game. Like I'm not sure where you improved there. Besides
What
being
are
a
you trying
lob
to
threat,
convince me of? What are you
not you, not you
This
specifically.
motherfucker, he want his. No,
Because it's people in the comments that I've been talking to the whole
stream.
stream about the Vooch situation. It's the only thing that we need a better defender, but we need a lob threat for Giddey. That's the biggest problem for Josh Giddey is that off that pick and roll, he don't got nobody to throw the ball to the rim at.
Yeah, and naturally, if Giddey and Coby White are your backcourt, you have to have a big that can switch and guard the rim. You have to have that.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
I
but
agree with that.
But offensively, you're not going to find too many centers better than Vucevic. That's all I'm saying. You're not going to find better.
Something wrong with your ass, TPO. I swear to God.
Yeah, he funny. Dark skin energy is crazy.
You got to ignore him, bro. That boy is now he more than cracked out. What's worse than cracked out?
Meth out.
Fentanyl.
Meth out. No, yeah, fentanyl is death like instantly, but
motherfucker, bro, I see somebody on this fucking corner like this.
Yeah,
bro, the pose
halfway in the back end,
bro.
I don't even know the appeal. Like
Brooke Lopez to the Clippers. Did y'all talk about that already?
Yeah, we did. We did. Lopez to the
they
Clippers.
Going big over there.
Hey, the Clippers is putting in some work too.
Hey, so right now, Houston having the best, in my opinion. Houston's having a pretty good day, filling out their roster. But the Clippers today too, they made some nice moves in that Western Conference. And last season, going into the playoffs, I think they were legit contenders for the championship. They just fell short. But these moves right now could push them toward being, a step closer. OKC is still going to be the favorite out west, in my opinion. But these older teams that's filling out their roster could push them as well.
I like what Houston doing because they looking at
Bro,
OKC
Houston
like,
is looking at, no, you know what they are? They're looking at the Thunder and saying, we got
Yeah.
something for every look that you could throw at us.
That's exactly
They
what
are building now. That could get dangerous because if for some
could.
reason Thunder don't make it far, they have some injuries or something. When you build your team to beat one team, if that team has some problems, you can cause some other matchup problems. But the Houston Rockets are clearly building their team so that they can compete with the Thunder, and I ain't mad at it, bro.
I ain't mad at it neither. You gotta
I'm
go.
surprised that we haven't heard anything from Minnesota. Like the other teams in the West, like the Lakers haven't done anything.
Minnesota really don't have any. They re-signed both Nas Reed and Julius Randle over $100 million deals.
Yeah,
They really don't have much
that's
space
true.
left.
That's true, and they need something.
Yeah, once they sign Julius,
They need something else. Like what they got
They
ain't
running it
it.
back.
They running it back, but it ain't it.
They
Like,
just need honestly, I think they just need a point guard, bro.
but they don't have it because Mike Conley
Hey.
Jr. ain't Mike Conley.
Yeah.
Wait, Steve, they
47
got a
years old.
possible. They got a possible.
And
you think
who?
Rob can be ready next year?
Now, but see,
Dillingham?
Rob can be ready, but Rob ain't the type of point guard they need. They need a distributor point
he's
guard.
a
Like I think
scorer.
Rob as a scoring point guard is going to be really having Rob Dillingham and TSJ coming off the bench for them. They're going to be able to keep the pressure up on opposing defenses. But they need a point guard that can organize that offense, bro. Ant did a really good job growing as a facilitator last year, but when he has to facilitate, it takes away from some of his scoring. They need a point guard that can do a lot of facilitating there.
I got a great move
They need
for them.
Trey Jones.
Nope.
They
do
didn't.
need
I
Tre
thought
Jones.
Tre Jones would be the move for them.
Hey,
to be honest
here it
with you.
goes. Here it goes.
Tyus?
Chris Paul.
Well, Chris Paul said he want to play in LA.
Yeah, LA.
He
Yeah,
wanna play in
he don't want to be in Minnesota,
Perfect
bro.
for him.
Minnesota would be perfect for Chris Paul, to be honest,
So he basically just saying in so many words he want to play with Brown. That's what
or
he's
the
saying.
Clippers.
I don't know
Well,
what
it said
Kawhi
either
like.
LA team, but
Yeah, but I get with like
LeBron
Chris
ain't finna
Paul.
leave.
If he his best chance at winning a chip would be to go to Minnesota. If he's trying to go out with a Jason Kidd type bang, he would go to Minnesota.
I
Or
just think
Clippers. I ain't gonna lie. Look, if you go to Clippers, that might be your avenue
Yeah, for
too.
nostalgia purposes too. That ain't a bad place for him to go.
I like him with the Clippers. I like him with the Clippers, Steve. He starred and you bring back that Harden and Chris Paul. But
I don't know about start.
you don't start Chris Paul?
Now then you gonna turn James Harden back to dumbass James Harden.
Yeah, but Chris
if
Paul,
the Clippers, I can see what you're talking. I can see what Steve-O's getting at there. Like James Harden needs a ball in his hand, so he's not doing stupid
off-ball would
shit.
be tough.
To be honest with you, like,
been
and no
playing
offense to your guy, duh, but like when he has the ball in his hands, it's completely different than when he's playing off ball, bro.
Oh, you talking about Kawhi? You talking about Kawhi?
You know, I'm
now?
talking about James Harden.
No, James Harden.
Oh well,
different niggas.
Harden. I see what y'all, and I agree with y'all. But Harden mature, bro. I don't think he gonna resort back to that.
It's not even a resort. It's just the play. It's him and how teams have to play him. When he doesn't have the ball in his hands, and you can put an off, like you can get away with a weaker defender off ball against James Harden when because he's not great off ball. He doesn't slash anymore like he used to. But when he has the ball in his hands and he's playing the point guard, you have to keep a point of attack defender on him because he can pass, he can score, he can do any of that, and he doesn't have to do off ball things. So I think it's just that little bit of strategy change, that stylistic change matters a lot in how you guard James Harden.
Yeah, I agree with that. He
Because if he going out to strictly score, that you could guard.
So people have been asking this question. I don't think Io is going to be moved just because they re-signed Tre Jones. But what do you think, Hayes?
No, because they got calls, and this is why I said when Casey Johnson came out and said that he's hearing from, and he specifically said it earlier today. He added some color to. He said, "What I'm hearing from people around the league," he didn't say from the Bulls, people around the league, is that there's more calls on Io DeSumo. That's the same thing we heard at the trade deadline. If they didn't trade Io at the trade deadline, where they could have got multiple picks back, I don't think they're going to trade him now. I think that. Of course, more teams are calling on Io because his contract's cheaper. His next contract is going to be a little bit less than like a Kobe, and he's a two-way player. I'm not surprised multiple teams are calling on Io, but I think if the Bulls wanted to move Io, they could have moved him already.
I agree with him. I agree with Drip on that.
Or are we gonna do it 2 minutes too late?
Everything, bro.
Else?
Everything.
I don't think the value on Io's changed any for real. Like he's still the same player. He's still in a really good contract. They already knew they were going to have to re-sign him at the end of the season. I don't know if the value on Io's changed too much, but maybe a little. Maybe whereas like on last trade deadline, the team would have been offering multiple first. Maybe you only get one now because it's 1 year less on the contract. Something like that. Maybe. So.
What do you guys think about the reports about Russell Westbrook also signing to the Dallas Mavericks?
I think that'd be dope. But real quick, because it's been 2 hours, I got to feed the kids. You guys are here. I'm gonna get up out of here. It was fun to do these 2 hours, but I got to go feed the kids. But I do think that Russell Westbrook, along with D'Lo and no Schroeder, they talking about the Kings, right? Along with Schroeder, I think that'd be dope. Those are
Was
two
it the
veterans.
Kings? Oh
It's
yeah,
the Kings.
it's the Kings.
Yeah, I think that'd be dope.
Oh,
Schroeder's
right.
already
And that's another
signed with him.
underrated signing. The Kings getting Schroeder is exactly what they need, especially if DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine are going to be your 2 and 3.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
That's huge.
Absolutely.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna get up
All
out
right,
of
thanks
here.
for holding down, Kev. I
course.
appreciate you,
All right,
brother.
Kevo.
Peace. I'm pressing the right button
They
too.
could break up. the
Please
chemistry of
make
the
sure you don't end it.
He said I'm pressing the right
Jesus
button.
Christ. How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? What's been the most surprising move so far of free agency to you?
It's just petty because I thought that Kevon Looney would like retire or go to State Warrior. It's gonna be weird seeing him in another uniform. But another one is just the aggressiveness of Houston Rockets, bro. They trying to go for
Bro.
it, and they don't care about who care what people think about what they doing. They are going for it this year, bro. And you better be ready.
Yeah, I mean, real talk. Like the Houston Rockets, they got that KD trade, and now they're like, this is our window. This is it. And I love it too because they haven't given Kevin Durant his contract extension yet, and it feels like they're trying to line up all their future contracts. That way, they don't got to make no latitude once Kevin Durant's locked in for 2 more years. Did something happen? Dub, you looked up.
Boston Celtics just signed Luka Garza from
Luka
the
Garza?
Minnesota Timberwolves. What do you think about this?
Luka Garza is an interesting case because, like, there are some times where you watch Luka Garza and you're like, this dude could be really good. And then there's sometimes you watch him, you're like, this motherfucker is not coordinated at all, bro. Like, it's like he can literally sometimes look like big ass Dalen Terry. Like, it's sometimes where he just don't look coordinated. It's like, that's not what I saw a week ago.
He do that like big ass Gay Daly. You be like, get the ball in his hands. Yeah. I know what you mean. Especially if he not making instant moves in the post with his back turned. If you see this motherfucker face up, you panic. Cause he finna turn that bitch over.
I would guess this is not a replacement for Porzingis. It's just some backup.
It's a Cornette replacement. They lost Luke Cornette earlier.
Oh, they replaced. What about Porzingis? What they gonna do about Porzingis? We got a Vucci man over here that y'all can use. Call us up.
I ain't gonna lie. I don't know what the money look. Nah, they can't afford him.
Who is that? Let me know who you talking about.
Miles. They can't afford Miles.
Nah. Hell no.
Somebody said they're seeing report. What reports do y'all see? Because with something y'all be calling reports, be somebody at home rubbing their dick and tweeting at the same time. That's not a report. That's somebody bored, bro. Put a link to the report. I'll tell you how valid it is or not.
That could have bounced back year with a good
Goji Bears
exactly
said.
Malcolm Brogdon.
Harry Bears fan 339 says that
well, you like, bro. Who's an underrated free agent that could come
Malcolm
back?
Brogdon already signed with the team, bro.
Who he signed with?
Who?
I could have sworn I saw the Malcolm Brogdon sign. Maybe I'm tripping.
I said I hear that he was having conversations, but I ain't see.
Maybe that's what I saw.
Yeah. Hell no, I don't want them to make a move for Zion.
They said he's supposed to meet with the
Okay, that's probably what I saw then. I'm good. We don't need no more guards, y'all. We need no more guards. We're good on guards. Y'all been, you know what? That's so crazy about Bulls fans. They complain about something and they be wanting that. Who's been complaining about us having too many guards for 3 years now? Malcolm Brogdon?
Get some
Nigga,
more
what?
Come on, man. Damn, what you think is taking so long with the Giddy deal?
I have no idea, bro. I don't even know because I thought they'd have that done and locked up early, bro.
I gotta do it because I'm.
Go ahead.
If we don't re-sign this nigga, how you?
Well, at this point, there's no more money out there. The Nets were the only team that could afford him, and with the Michael Porter, you know what? Maybe that is what it is. Now they hold all the power in negotiation. The Nets don't have any more cap space.
Oh my God, they trying to treat Josh.
I told Bobby earlier
Now,
that I
Josh.
doubt the Bulls are trying to lowball him. Maybe the Bulls were like, hey, we're going to wait and see what the market does.
Hey,
Hey, they hit that bud.
Atlanta.
They hit him the day afterwards. Said, "Now,
Yeah.
Josh, I know we had a whole
Hey,
conversation.
The price went
Atlanta.
down, Josh. The price went
Atlanta
down.
going for it, bro. Atlanta going
Well,
for
they
that
should.
opening in the
They're in
East.
the Eastern Conference. They should go for it. And I told y'all before, like the Atlanta Hawks are a team that because of Tre Young being up for a contract extension at the end of the year, they're going to give no excuses for Tre. They just signed to kill Alexander Walker for a 4-year, $62 million deal. They are now giving Tre no. You got your big, you got tons of wings on your team. Now you got Dyson Daniels, you got Nickeil Alexander Walker, you got Jalen Johnson who's coming back. You got the first overall pick from last year.
He coming off the
Probably,
bench,
yeah.
right?
At this point, yeah, for sure.
Off the bench. Yeah.
I was about to say, I don't know how.
Yeah, he come off the bench, and that make them a threat in the East. My God, they got some weapons over there.
I don't know about no threat, but
They ain't no threat in the East.
With the Pacers being taking a step down,
you don't know what happened.
but they're still not as good as the Cavs, and I don't think they're good as the Orlando Magic either.
No, they're not good as those teams, but they in the thick of it.
I say this, I still think, honestly, the Pacers could beat them in the first round of the series, even without Tyrese Halliburton. With their depth,
I don't think so. No. I ain't doing that.
I believe so.
I'm not saying that I'd favor them. It'll probably go 6-7 games, but I'm saying that the Pacers, they have a chance to still beat the Hawks without Tyrese Halliburton.
I'll give them a chance, but I'll take the Hawks in 6 or 7 in that series. I'll take them.
I think they should have blew this shit up already. Trade this little nigga.
What? Tre Young?
They got all the young players now. Look, we didn't even just mention Asa Newell. They got another defender
over there too, bro. Yes, I forgot about him. Oh my God, who they picked first round?
Asa Newell.
Asa Newell?
Yeah.
I thought they had another guy.
No, I think that was their only draft pick.
I don't know. I ain't worried about no Atlanta for real.
I mean,
they're going to be better than the Bulls, but I'm not worried
I'm
about them coming out the East.
Detroit going to be better than
That's another team that I put above the Hawks is Detroit.
I put Detroit over the Hawks too. I put Detroit over the Hawks. I'm saying Atlanta going to be there. They going for it.
Charlotte got potential.
I don't know
to be
about
better than
Charlotte.
us. Shit.
Why you think so?
They got better. They got more talent. Them niggas just can't stay healthy.
Okay, I know Miller and Ball. Who else?
They just got somebody else. They just got that dude from France last year in the draft. And they lost Mark Williams. So who they big?
I think they drafted a big. They got Kaman, right? Didn't they get Kaman?
No, that's the Suns.
They got a big. Is it Derrick Henry? I mean Derrick Henry. Derrick.
That would be
no.
scary.
You're thinking about them trading Derek Queen to the to the Pelicans. That's what you're thinking about. They traded him to the Pelicans.
Well, we still own Tre Young. Yeah, as long as we got Ayo, we own Tre Young. Don't even worry about that.
You talking about what's the word for Vooch? He's still a bull.
But listen, the chances of Vooch going anywhere is slim to none, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. I know C-Dub on the panel, but Vooch is probably gonna stay a bull, y'all. I'm just letting y'all know that right now.
Bro, that's gonna hurt my eyes. That's gonna hurt my heart. That's gonna hurt everything, bro.
Well, go get some fucking
I ain't gonna do nothing.
surgery,
Get him the fuck out of here. That's it.
It ain't happening.
Hell is wrong with y'all.
Ain't no better
Yeah, Ricochet and Jalen Johnson. Jalen Johnson gonna be better next season. Ricochet gonna be better next season. They gonna be a tough team to deal with next season. They lost the kid from Chino Hills. I think he got to a different team too. Yeah, he did. He on a different team. Vooch isn't going anywhere. Y'all need to stop talking crazy.
Yes, daughter. What's up?
That nigga is still on Atlanta, like I said.
Who is that?
Big O.
Oh, he's still there? Oh, that's good. I like him. I thought I seen them. They moved them. A lot of centers out of the market, and some teams still looking. Yeah.
I'll be right back, y'all. I gotta help my daughter real quick. I'll be right back.
All right. We be trash, but not trash enough for top lottery pick every year. Vooch for Mollywa, I'm down. I'm down for a bag of Skittles. I'm down. For real. Mo Wagner out there. Imagine trading or not re-signing a player whose half-court shot cost us Cooper Flag. I don't think us gaining Cooper Flag would have changed our fortunes this season. I don't think that would have changed our fortunes. Maybe when we extended Vooch. Lakers Golden State bid war for Vooch. Let's go. What's up, Brazil Popular? To the Hogs, Minnesota ain't go. I like Rob Dillingham, bro. I think they supposed to be molding that kid to be next point guard after Conley leave. Kuminga just got a lot of upside. He hella athletic, hella aggressive. You can see the upside on this kid. He's just a knucklehead. That's it.
The fuck he do?
He don't listen. English? Not like bad, like get in trouble with the law and shit.
According to who he can?
Steve Kerr, obviously, because he don't play him.
That don't mean he don't listen. That mean I don't play.
That means he don't listen, right?
No, that mean I don't fit your system.
I don't see why he don't fit their system. Why he don't fit their system when he got it as
because their system's built around moving the ball, and he's a ball dominant player.
I don't run around and shoot. The fuck, that's why he don't.
You got to make way with a talent like that. I think Steve Kerr probably fumbled that bag. He fumbled that.
I mean, you do that or risk the frustration of your franchise.
Man, they got to think about the future, man. Curry ain't gonna play forever, bro.
This man coming here asking us if we talked about something that happened an hour and a half ago. Yes.
Yes, sir. Yeah, they're gonna keep Giddey. 100%.
Yeah, they keep
Giddey. Say 100% certainty. The Bulls trying to play hardball now, especially with the info I just got from Drip. They playing hardball now. He ain't getting 30. What could he do on his part?
That's not Kellen Anderson. I'm looking at the Bleacher Nation because I know the writer on Bleacher Nation. I know Elias Schuster. I actually talked to him. He's been on the show before. That's not what this article says at all. I'm looking at it right now. That's not what it. Did you actually read it? Because it's not what it says. Now, he does have one that says, is Ayo Dosunmu next to be traded? But that was posted before the day even started.
It sounds like just a question. Like, that don't mean anything.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, see, y'all got to actually read what's in these articles.
Do y'all think LeBron will get traded? Anybody want a $56 million?
Bro, it's going to be so hard. That takes so much money to trade LeBron's contract.
Bro, ain't nobody gonna do that shit.
He bogus anyway for doing that shit.
That's why he did it.
That's why he did it for what? But he won't get traded.
He want to stay. He want to stay
that
in
makes
LA.
Sense. That's a good play on his side if he did do it for that reason. Holding on that Warriors dub, ain't want that new blood. How does the free agency last? How long does free agency last?
It's forever until everybody's signed. Like, we probably only gonna be live for a little while longer. I ain't gonna hold these guys for 3 hours of live stream for free agency, but
come on, boy.
The Bulls are basically done anyway. Like, that's it.
Hayes got okay. Tre Jones signed his deal today on day of his second year wedding anniversary. Shout out Tre Jones, bro. What happened, V-Dog?
No, ignore Vern. Vern, did y'all read my comment? If you don't go get you some coochie,
It would be. Let's see. I don't even see it, bro. To tell you the truth, dog. It must be way up there.
Yeah, and Tre wasn't even traded 2 hours ago. I'm saying that he wrote that before the opening of free agency. Free agency only opened 2 hours ago. Now you may have added to it, but all it says in the blurb here, and I'm going to read it exactly. Hold on, let me go back. Like y'all gotta process stuff. So does this signing mean for the rest of Chicago Bulls backcourt? Will they look to go into the 2025-26 season with Josh Giddey, Tre Jones, Coby, Io all on the roster? If not, who is the most likely to be on the move next? Rumors have swirled that both White and DeSumo with unrestricted free agency looming in both 2026. DeSumo in particular has been a popular name on the market.
My boy Nas. Hey, man, I would be hurt, man, if they better not do that to my man Io. I ain't even going to think about that, bro. He fits what they want to do, too. They want a guy that could play defense, can do multiple things.
I really don't think we have anything to worry about, bro. With all the defensive wings around, like Houston would have came calling on Io DeSumo.
Oh, yeah, I think a lot of teams. Come on, Io's a very good player, bro.
Man, I said, come on, man, we're going to keep Vooch forever. Maybe.
You trying to troll me, bro.
Bro, Vooch is gonna get another contract, bro. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, Vooch is gonna get another contract.
Bro, what? Stop trolling, Drew.
I'm telling you, bro.
Get on another team? That's what you're talking about?
No, watch. I'm telling you. This is what's gonna happen. This is what. Hold on. What? And tell me this don't sound like something AK would do, because Jalen, Zach, and Vooch all unrestricted free agents next year. AK is gonna draft a center, and he's gonna keep Nikola Vucevic. And then he's going to say, we really like what Vooch has brought here in the 6 years that he's been here. We feel like he's somebody that the young center could really learn from. That we feel like we have a really good transition plan to where, like, you can't tell me that's not what AK is going to say, bro.
It do sound like some AK shit, bro. That don't make no sense, though, AK. And then you talking about you want your young big to learn from Vooch?
Bro, Vooch is a really good and smart. Like, they can learn from Vooch. Tyus Jones to the Orlando Magic. These niggas ain't playing, bro. They is not playing, bro.
Well, he might start, right? He might start.
That's that. They are not playing, bro.
1 year, $7 million, too.
Yeah.
Little number.
They said, in case Suggs get hurt again, we got somebody.
And he could tell he ain't Jalen Suggs, especially not defensively.
Yeah, no, he's not that defensively, but he doesn't turn the ball over a lot. He's much like Tre and Tyus are almost the same exact player, not just because they're brothers. They really good passers. They can shoot the three. They're not, but I wouldn't call them like knockdown 3-point shooters, but they can shoot the three. And they can orchestrate an offense without turning the ball over. That's what you want from a backup point guard.
Yeah, both of those guys are efficient players in every phase of their game.
Yeah.
Y'all remember in Memphis when Ja got suspended or he was hurt with an injury for an amount of time? He went on a crazy record.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Yeah, it was like 11.
I think it was like 20 something in like a low number. Like
speaking of random runs, y'all remember that run that the Orlando Magic went? Steve, I'm not even trying to talk shit. You may be too young to remember this, but you remember when Rafer Alston was starting in place of Jameer Nelson?
Yeah.
What was it, like an 18-2 run right before the playoffs?
Yes.
And they benched him for the playoffs. It was so crazy, bro.
And didn't that the year they went to the finals?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. And then they benched him in the play. Like he played so good for them on that run.
Fire,
and then the playoffs start. Jameer Nelson gets back healthy, and now I can understand them getting benched. They didn't even play Rafer Alston in the playoffs, bro. That's that karma, bro.
Hey, did he get sent to Houston the next year?
Yeah, he got sent to Houston the next year.
Yeah, bro. Rafael Alston, Skip to my Lou, man. Shout out Skip to my
I was so happy for Rafer Alston to have that run, bro, because that was such a validation for him, bro. Because like when he was with A1, everybody was like, he's gonna be the one to make it to the league. He's gonna be the one to make it to the league. And he did, he sat on the bench for a while. When he got that run, bro, I was just like, shout out to Rafer, bro. Like,
shout out to Drip for the memories, bro.
And people don't even, and you know what? It's low key for somebody who was a street baller and went from N1 to the league. He averaged 10 points per game for his career.
Yep.
I'm not saying that he was some world beater or anything like that, but listen, to play, and he played almost 10 years, play 10 years and have to work your way up from N1. Shout out to Ray for Austin, bro.
Validation is the key word.
It's crazy. It's crazy you brought that up when I bring that same series up all the time. I literally brought that up the other week, saying that how Stan Van Gundy fucked that whole
Oh,
Yeah, you
is
franchise.
did.
that what you referring to?
He changed
What you
everything.
refer to? How
He
he
brought he changed the way they played defense. He put Jameer back in the starting lineup. He wouldn't let
Yeah, it was
Hito
Hito
Turkoglu.
Turkoglu.
they didn't let Turkoglu do what he was doing up during that stretch. So I, Dwight talk about it all the time. He said, bro, we could have beat Kobe, but Stan got scared and changed everything.
You really think that though? They could have beat the Lakers.
Yes,
I
they
think
was
people
piping
forget,
hot.
like, legitimately.
They was piping Dwight. Nobody could fuck with
Dwight
Dwight.
dominated. That was one of his. I think that was probably his best year.
One thing people forget
And then
is
you
that
had
Dwight Howard, for probably a 4-year stretch, was a top 5 player in the NBA.
yeah.
A 4 or 5, like he was a top 5 player in the NBA. And the fact that that team never found a way to get back to the finals is still crazy to me. I know that Boston had their run a year or two after that. I can't
did.
like they started to
did.
mix together for me.
no, that was before that. That was before that. The year before that.
Oh yeah, because they was
They won the
7,
championship
8,
before
and
that.
then that
Okay,
was
okay,
like
okay,
10, 11.
okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it was just it's like, and that's why when
Just
people
what
like
happened.
knock Dwight. I know Dwight is a weirdo. Like, make no mistake about it, nigga's weird. But that stretch of his career, like I said, that 4 or 5 year stretch where he was one of the best players in the NBA was so special to see because of the way they, like, you saw teams, they literally, like, that whole thought process of stop everything else, but we're gonna let this player go off for 45, but we got to stop everything else around them. That was Dwight for 4 or 5 years. They had to let Dwight go off for 20, 25, 35 some nights and just hope that they were going to stop goddamn Hito Turkoglu.
Turkoglu and
Yeah,
Rasheed
Lewis. Like,
Lewis.
they had a hope that they were going to be able to do that because, like, Dwight was just like, and there was nothing nobody can do with him, bro. I remember fucking Amari Stoudemire and Dwight did battle one day. Like, they did battle on a game, and Amari was getting him for like 2 quarters, and Dwight took off from the free throw line, and Amari just looked at him and smiled and nodded because he knew at that point there was nothing you could do for him the rest of the game.
It's like we didn't see that type of power since Shaq. He was so strong.
But even Shaq, I know Shaq was athletic when he was young, but he was never as athletic as Dwight Howard, bro.
Oh no way. Not like Dwight Howard.
Yeah, Dwight was smaller.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's 6'10", really, but he looked bigger because he's just a massive ass man, bro. Shout out to him, bro. Yeah, he don't get the pub that he deserved, bro. But he a Hall of Famer. Should be first ballot. People should respect Dwight, bro. Man, I still don't think they would have beat the Lakers though.
They should have. I don't know if they would have beat him, but they should definitely play better in that series than what they did. That's what I say.
It was way more talented than that team.
Than the Lakers team? With Paul Gasol.
And that's
Wait, no,
it.
that's
It
not
was
it.
really just him.
Paul Gasol.
I'm talking about when we talking about compared to what that they had. It was really the only people that was a real threat was Powell and Kobe.
That's a lot. You know that's a lot though.
Okay, you got a lot, but you got Dwight, Turkoglu, and she.
But are they on the level of Kobe and Powell?
3 against 2, yeah. If they played the right way.
You see what happened. I'm going with Kobe.
Yeah, we see what happened. They changed everything.
Going with Kobe. Kobe has something to prove, bro.
Bro, I seen that same playoff. That motherfucker Dwight scored 26 straight points on his own.
He unstoppable, bro. Ain't nobody was gonna stop. And he ain't had no bag, Steve. None.
Nah, he ain't have a bag till he got to like
Charlotte or something.
Or, nah, I give it. I'm cutting him short.
Bro,
Houston.
All he has
got
is
a
a
bag.
hook
He got a
and
bag.
dunk your ass. That's it.
Yeah,
Ain't no jump shots, nothing else.
he ain't get a bag to Houston, and he had to. That's when he started having them shoulder problems.
Bynum was big enough to handle Dwight. Bynum wasn't big enough to handle his own weight. I mean, Bynum wasn't big enough to handle his own weight, bro.
I can't like Bynum.
You know what? Somebody put a curse on Bynum though, because y'all remember when NBA Live had that glitch where Bynum would go into the middle of the court and stand like Jesus?
Yeah.
He was never the same after that. He was never the same after that glitch. Like, somebody put a curse on that man in a video game. After that video game out, And it was on the demo, literally. Andrew Bynum would just go to the middle of the court, just stand there like this and not move. After that, the man's whole career he was out of the league 3 years later.
Hey man, Bynum, man, I can't respect him after he did that to Lil Berea, bro. He tried to terminate Berea in that play.
Listen, I'm telling you right now, the way that Berea was giving him some business, bro.
Yeah, he was fucking him up.
I mean,
Try to send that nigga to the.
He fucked JJ up, bro. I swear. That was criminal, bro. I thought police was coming.
Shout out, JJ Berea was a tough little motherfucker, bro.
He was. He irritating, bro.
You gotta be that little motherfucker.
Irritating.
But all right, y'all, we can go ahead and get ready to wrap it up. I think the main deals is probably happening. It's probably done, man.
Watch it, Chicago Bulls, 1 o'clock in the morning. We'll see y'all at 1 o'clock.
I told y'all, do not be surprised if they announce it during the time where the Aussies are. Like, what? They were 12 hours ahead of us, right?
Yeah.
It's exactly 12 hours.
Yep.
So it's 8 a.m. there. They're gonna announce it around 11 p.m. here. Be right around midday there.
Yeah, I'm with it though. Bring it on, cause I gotta see how my team is going. I'm gonna be out here with my man Drip.
And then once we re-sign Josh Giddey, that's it. Unless they start making trades, that's the roster
really
spots.
think that's
And
it?
Vooch.
I mean, we don't have no more roster spots. So I mean, trades are a possibility.
Yeah,
but I'm saying for free agency, that's about done.
Oh,
like
for free agency, yeah.
And Vooch.
What you
what about
mean?
Vooch?
What about Vooch?
Oh, when we re-sign Vooch, yeah.
They're just trying to troll me, Joe. Don't pay him no man.
Bro, Vooch is getting another contract. I'm telling you, bro. Vooch, watch what I tell you. If Vooch is not traded, if I still do think he could get traded. If he's not traded this season, they gonna keep his ass, bro. I'm telling you, he's gonna get another contract.
That'll be ridiculous. It is, bro. Why would you sign him again?
It said it's 10 a.m. So y'all 14 hours ahead of us.
Damn, down under.
All right, shit.
Hey, 2 of this.
Yeah, it's 14 hours. I thought it was 12. My bad.
Shout out to Australia though.
Yeah. So okay. So if it's so then I'll say so that mean if it's noon there, that's 10 p.m. here. Yeah. Watch our clocks around 10 p.m. Watch what I'm telling you.
Oh my goodness, bro. Do it. I don't care. Whatever time.
Y'all remember what time we signed Shane Waldron? Y'all remember that? It was
like
3 a.m. 3 a.m.
bro.
And he was in Chicago.
Yo.
That motherfucker signed in. That motherfucker had
Bro,
paper
I will
with his
never
ass
forget.
signed,
I
bitch.
was laying down. So I had, because that was anytime the team's in the offseason, I have Google alerts and that's the one time I leave my phone on ring for all alerts. Bro, I was knocked the fuck out. I saw my phone light up and then it was down. I was like, oh, it's probably some dumb alert. And then it was like, boom, 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 boom. I said, what the fuck is this going on?
Oh,
I picked up my phone. Shane Waldron. Bro, I came down. Bro, I don't even think I wiped the sleep out my face when I did that video, bro.
That's the game, though, Drill. That's the game, though. You already know.
So, but yeah, you know, if Josh Giddey contract drops, you know, we'll be back. Watch as soon as we end the live. I'm like, niggas, get back on.
Yeah, that's exactly what's gonna happen.
We want to appreciate.
I'm sorry, Drip. One more thing. Would y'all stop trying to convince me about Vooch? I'm never gonna be convinced. Just letting y'all know.
That's fine, and he's never gonna leave.
He gonna leave. That motherfucker leaving.
Bro, that motherfucker gonna sign, and then watch, he gonna sign a 2-year contract, he gonna retire, and then he's gonna be on the end of Billy Donovan's bench, looking at the camera directly at you.
Hi, Dad.
Motherfucker.
Well, gonna be around the franchise for 36 more years after this is all said and done.
I'm playing, Drip, man. Let's go, man. You being too mean, bro. Ain't nobody want that motherfucker here, man. Ugh.
Anyway, we appreciate y'all for sticking it out with us for 2 hours. Shout out to Big Kev for holding it down by himself for basically the whole first hour. Shout out to Steve-O and C-Dub coming through. You know, Bobby ain't showed up on a live stream in a minute. Tell that little short motherfucker to stop playing and pop up. No, I'm just playing. I know Bobby handling business, man. We love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. We'll be back.